no better way. I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning, Sanbonani, Molweni, Dibelang, Makhaitsu. Goeiemorgen. Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Monday morning, Al. We're delighted to be in your company. Zoe Brown.
Good morning,
Up
Kat.
top.
So good to see you. And yes, what a Monday it is. And it's also day 2 of the Qatar World Cup. I mean, in fact, I shouldn't just say World Cup. It's Soccer World Cup.
I was about to say,
Give
you
it
know.
full
But, you know,
name.
given what's been happening, you might think it is.
Did you watch the opening ceremony?
I didn't. I was at the Eat Out Awards yesterday, presented by Woolworth, which was absolutely amazing. Yeah, no urgi stew though. I got to bed very late, but it's going to be an amazing one. We'll be talking all things Soccer World Cup. Of course, so many games coming up today. The likes of England taking on Iran. We've got Senegal that takes on the Netherlands, and the United States versus Wales. So you can know that there's going to be action aplenty. So we'll be giving you some of the blow-by-blows of this past weekend in terms of what happened in the world of sport, and of course what's coming up today. And I know that one person who's super excited about that. G-Man, how are you doing?
Best show ever. Just saying, best show, best week, best day ever. We absolutely love it. Thank you so much for connecting with us. As Kat said, we are delighted, absolutely delighted to have you in our company this morning after a massive weekend. So I hope you enjoyed it. We got to get down to business. It's a difficult one for me. I have a feeling I'm going to be flip-flopping quite a lot here in terms of who my favorite is for this tournament. But so many things are pointing towards the best World Cup we have ever seen. Who's your money on? Who are your hopes resting on? Where is your emotional investment? Let us know. Who are you supporting at this year's World Cup in Qatar? You can drop us a voice note, 0634088863. That's the number to use. In fact, you want to chat about anything this morning, please connect with us. We'd love to hear from you. In fact, let's give you a couple of talking points before I delve into the weekend sport. Here's Zozo with the news headlines.
Thank you, Graham. Well, let's start off with national headlines. Residents of Henenman in the Free State have killed one of 2 pit bulls that mauled to death a toddler of the age of 3, Kaketso Saule, in Sekoti Mpata Mpumalong in the town yesterday morning. The owner pulled the dog off the child, but it was too late. Police spokesperson Stephen Takeng says community members then attacked the dogs and killed one. The other one was taken to the SPCA and later euthanized. Now, the incident follows a week after an 8-year-old child from Bloemfontein, Oloboheng Mosime, was mauled to death by their neighbor's pit bull. And staying with our local news, stage 4 load shedding came into effect at 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon and will apply until this evening, when it will be increased to stage 5. This follows Eskom after Eskom suspended load shedding for a few hours yesterday. The power supplier spokesperson Sikunati Manchancha said stage 5 would apply as from 4 p.m. today, as well as tomorrow on Wednesday from the same time. During the day tomorrow and on Wednesday, load shedding will alternate between stage 2 and 4. Moving to news abroad, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has said it was committing $7 billion to Africa over the next 4 years, as Bill Gates warned that the Ukraine crisis was reducing the amount of aid flowing to the continent. The foundation's pledge, which is up 40% on the amount spent during the previous 4 years, will target projects tackling hunger, disease, poverty, and gender inequality. Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, will receive the largest share. Our foundation will continue to support solutions in health, agriculture, and other critical areas, Gates said. And Malaysia was facing a hung parliament for the first time in its history, as support for a conservative Islamic alliance prevented major coalitions from winning a simple majority in the general election. Without a clear winner, political uncertainty could persist as Malaysia faces slowing economic growth and rising inflation. It has had 3 prime ministers in as many years. Long-time opposition leader Anwar Ibrahim's coalition won the most seats in the weekend's general election, resulting from the Election Commission showed. And in New York, Manhattan, the holiday cheer has officially arrived in the form of the 2022 Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. The 25-meter-tall Norway spruce arrived at the Rockefeller Plaza from Queensbury in upstate New York, more than 300 kilometers from the Big Apple. The Norway spruce was donated by Neil Lebowitz of Queensbury. Rockefeller Centre's chief gardener, Eric Pauser, noticed the magnificent beauty when visiting Queensbury and saw it standing tall on Lebowitz's property. Lebowitz said that he couldn't believe that the Rockefeller Centre he had wanted the tree. He said, and I quote, "If it can bring a smile and awe to a little child or help cheer up somebody who's a little blue, it's all worth it," he said. Now, the tree will be decorated with more than 50,000 multicolored LED lights, more decor, and a three-dimensional Swarovski star before the official lighting ceremony on Wednesday week. Now, the Rockefeller Centre has a rich tradition dating back to 1931 of erecting Christmas trees in its plaza. Well, on that note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Let's take a first look at your sport with Graham.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Let's start with football. Qatar became the first ever host nation to lose their opening game of the World Cup. That was after going down 2-0 to Ecuador last night. Enner Valencia's early header from close range was ruled out for offside by the video assistant referee, but the Ecuadorian captain did score just moments later after he was brought down in the box and then calmly stepped up to convert the spot kick before then powering in another beautiful header just before half-time. So neither side added to that scoreline in the second half, keeping it 2-0. Then looking forward to today, some really interesting encounters. We've got England taking on Iran. Then the great hope for Africa, Senegal facing the Netherlands. And then USA up against Gareth Bale's Wales. Then on to tennis, he's done it again. Novak Djokovic earned a record-equaling 6th ATP Finals title and a historic $4.7 million payday when he defeated Casper Ruud 7-5, 6-3 in the Turin title match. So it was Djokovic's high-class return game that proved the difference as he carved out all 5 of the breakpoint opportunities in the match. And despite some typically strong hitting from Ruud, Djokovic's big match mentality that we've seen so many times prevailed once again, and he sealed a 93-minute victory. So the 35-year-old also becomes the oldest champion in the tournament's 53-year history. We are here for that, as all these. Then on to Formula One, 2-time world champion Max Verstappen claimed a record-extending 15th win this year with a sublime performance for Red Bull in the season-ending Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel also headed into retirement with a point. So Verstappen dominated from start to finish, really was class yesterday, but he was unable to assist his teammate Sergio Perez, who of course was chasing that number 2 in the Drivers' Championships. He was unable to help him fend off Ferrari's Charles Leclerc to take that second place behind him in the Drivers' Title Championship. The race also marked, sadly, the end of Sebastian Vettel's era. In 9th place he came in, Vettel retiring from the sport with an incredible 53 race wins under his belt and, of course, 4 world titles. Then on to golf. John Ram won the DP World Tour Championship in Dubai by 2 shots yesterday as Rory McIlroy finished 4th to end the season as European #1 for the 4th time. So Spaniard Ram fired a closing 67 to finish on 20 under and seal a career hat-trick at Jumeirah Golf Estate. England's Tyrrell Hatton and Sweden's Alex Noren sharing second place. McIlroy securing the Harry Vardon Trophy for the winner of the Race to Dubai crown. And with that, the crown to the Europeans Tour and #1 player. An incredible year. Clearly still got it, but that's where we leave our sport for now. Albeit we will be focusing on all the social media buzz coming out of Qatar a little bit later. But right now, let's bring you up to speed with a brand new day and a brand new weather.
Thanks very much, Mr. Richards. To begin with, a historic deal has been struck at the UN's COP27 summit in Egypt that'll see rich nations pay poorer countries for damage and economic losses caused by climate change. Now, this ends an almost 30 years of waiting by nations facing huge climate impacts. This year's talks came close to collapse, and lukewarm applause met the historic moment that the Loss and Damage Fund was agreed on in the early hours of yesterday morning. It is, however, a huge symbolic and political statement from developed nations that long resisted a fund that covers climate impacts such as flooding and drought. Now, on the flip side, developed nations were left dissatisfied over progress on cutting fossil fuels. Nations and groups, including the UK, the EU, and New Zealand, are unhappy with compromises on fossil fuels and curbing climate change. The final overarching deal did not include commitments to phase down or to reduce the use of fossil fuels. Now, from climate change, if your day has started off on a bit of a sour note, let's see if we can change that with some of the beautiful sunrise views that have been shared with us. First up, Paul Godard from Boksburg shared his view from the front garden with some soft, pretty pinks in the sky out in the distance. Look at that. Then Aileen out in Somerset West snapped this shot while walking her dogs in the field enjoying some fresh air. We really do appreciate that. Emil Jones captured this beam of light radiating over the houses while blissful hues glowed up the morning sky. Look at that. Wow. Needs a bit of music, doesn't it? Nicholas Mayer snapped this shot of the sky, and what a beautiful fluffy clouds are out there on this Monday morning. This all the way out in Hartenbos. Thanks so much for that. And then last but not least, we've got Dudley Cork showing the beautiful Table Mountain from Woodbridge Island while out for some coffee and beautiful blue skies adorning this Monday morning. Absolutely stunning. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And of course, please continue to do so, sending them to 063 408 8863. Now, quick reflection on the temperatures. Very little chance of rain all throughout the country, with temperatures peaking in the high 20s. Polokwane, a low of 15, will rise to a high of 27. Mbombela, 16 to 28. Pretoria, 14 to 26. And Johannesburg, 13 to 25. Out in Mahikeng, a low of 18 will rise to a maximum of 29 degrees Celsius. Claresholm between 16 and 31. Kimberley 18 and 31, and Bloemfontein 13 to 29. Richards Bay, a low of 20, will see your temperatures peak out at 25. Pietermaritzburg between 17 and 29. Durban 22 to 24. Mthatha 17 to 30. In East London, a low of 20 and a high of 28 can be expected today. Cradock between 16 and 35. Gqeberha 18 to 23. George 14 to 19. In the mother city, a low of 17 and a high of 20 is your temperature range for today. Worcester, 13 to 33. Sutherland, 10 to 29. And ending things off in Uppington, where a low of 20 will max out at 36 degrees Celsius on this Monday morning. But whatever the weather looks like in your part of the country, here's to hoping that we can help you make it a magnificent Monday.
Oh, thank you, Kat. Well, listen, I think we need some coffee.
Yeah, we do. I know I'm feeling your pain, Kat. I know I had a very jovial day yesterday. I'm sure there are a lot of you out there. It's okay, we got you. And early mornings are no longer a challenge thanks to this little beauty in Expresso. Latissime One, a game changer, providing the perfect cuppa every time. I've put them to the test, and for me, the Latissimo has the best crema. It just is amazing. And of course, the coffee is ready.
Well, listen, with the Latissima One, coffee with milk is as convenient as you fill it, you froth it, you enjoy it. And with one button, you can make cappuccinos, lattes, espresso, macchiatos. It really is your choice.
You can make baby chinos, guys. You can make baby chinos. It is a game changer, I told you. Now, to make things even simpler, its single-serve milk jug comes with a detachable lid, so you can easily refill it between preparations. That made it really easy. And the good news is, you get up to 35% off, 35 off selected Nespresso coffee machines at Woolies, plus a 600 Rand coffee voucher when purchasing 100 capsules of your favorite Nespresso coffee.
There we go. This one's mine. It's fresh, so I'm just claiming it.
It's okay. I claimed this one a while ago. In fact, I was told, yo, dude, eat it, drink it. Yeah, it's yours. We love it.
Oh, well, listen, with this Nespresso coffee, this is how we're going to start off our day. And the offer is valid until the 29th of January. That is my birthday, just saying. It's available in Woolworths. It's in-store, online, and on the Woolies app.
We don't have to pick up those hints anymore, thankfully. It's someone else.
we got you covered. 24-hour long wear, new skincare and ingredients. Better skin by the day. Diverse shades, transfer resistant and waterproof. For all skin, for every life. New Color Stay Longwear Makeup.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, it's a Monday morning. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. We've got a very, very special young man in our midst this morning. Born and raised in the southern suburbs of Cape Town, a career in music was a distant dream for today's artist. You know his name, Will Lindley. But during the height of lockdown, TikTok was where Lindley found a global connection with fans through his honest lyricism and uplifting positivity. Let's take a quick little listen to this.
When I found you, I found me. Always going through life in the backseat. If you walk out, I'll crash now. Cause I've been thinking about it for too long. Lately I've been thinking about it all wrong. All I'm gonna do is miss me when you're gone. Oh, yeah. I'll miss me when you're gone. Don't know how to say it, but when I think about us, it tears my heart up to think about you walking away. I guess that all things come to an end.
Yay! Hey, hey, hey! Happy Monday! Will Lindley's in the house! Celebrate! Hey! You Lindley! Oh, man. Bro, get in here, man.
How are you?
It's so good to meet you. You are my son's favorite artist, like one of them. The amount of mornings we've driven to school, listening to that song on repeat is absolutely insane. It's colored my world, and so it's such an honor and a pleasure to meet you. And you are an incredible young artist, man. How does it feel to be Will Lindley right now?
It's fun. It's lots of fun and just enjoying the ride, enjoying the journey. It really is just one of those things that I'm trying to take day by day.
Right.
Because I guess, you know, you can get in your head and overthink things, and I think it's important to just like hold everything in light hands and, you know, enjoy the journey and look around and try and smell the roses.
You know, want to talk about smelling the roses, let's talk about daisies. You might be smelling as well. A huge highlight, I'm sure, of your year, being, I think, one of, if not the youngest artist to perform at Rocking the Daisies, which is an incredible achievement and something that people have been looking forward to for so many years. Look at you, bro. There you are, rocking a crowd of, I don't know how many that is, but that must have been such an incredible experience. Could you tell me more about it?
It was, yeah, so special. I think what was quite funny is in 2019, 2020, in my first year of varsity, I booked a ticket to go to Daisies with a bunch of my mates.
Oh, wow.
And then COVID hit and then a year later, I was releasing music, and then we got the call to play Daisies, and so it was really cool that first time that I was attending the festival was actually playing on the stage. But it was such an incredible experience, and I don't know, I'll ever have something similar to it. To have like family, friends, a lot of my team came down for the show as well, and to just feel like I had everyone I loved in one space playing a show. It was really fun. It was a lot of it was a lot of like my friend's first time watching me live, and so that was a really cool experience as well to share that with them.
I mean, I can only imagine what this must feel like as a culmination of all of your hard work that you've put in. No doubt, many hours have been put into bringing you to this point right now. And it just actually dawned on me right now that a lot of people in the music industry that I've bumped into speak so highly of you. Ben and Jules, for instance, at Good Luck, sing your praises. And I don't know if you know this, that behind closed doors, people are saying this kid is something super phenomenal, which speaks, I think, volumes of who you are and what you put into this. And that's why all of these beautiful things are happening to you. Because like, when was it? Last week, Tuesday, you were at Grand West, right? And you opened for One Republic. Tell me about that, bro. I mean, you are walking among legends.
Man, it was so special. I think, yeah, there's so much imposter syndrome, like
I can imagine.
Major amounts. But it was such an awesome experience, I think, to be able to play an inside venue of that size and caliber is something I've never done, and it was a very new experience, you know. But it feels really cool to be like, feeling like we're jumping over the hurdles and the right hurdles at the right time, and not taking anything too quickly, but also not holding back and just trying to have as much fun as possible, you know?
Man.
But it was such a cool experience to play in Grand West Arena. It's something that I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day we're headlining it, but this time we were opening, and it was such an awesome experience, and I'm incredibly grateful to the One Republic team for
And from this moment onwards, don't you ever feel like an imposter. Walk in your light, man. You've been blessed with an incredible talent, and enjoy every moment of it. Big announcement, you are going to be performing at the switching on of the... Talk about that quickly.
Yeah, switching on the lights on Sunday. Very, very, very exciting time. So please be there, please.
Super, super excited to have you here on this Monday morning. Thanks a lot, man, for bringing the energy, bringing the love, bringing the music. Ladies and gentlemen, Afrika Boraga Mapara, Winley in the studio!
That kid's
Lots
going
of
places, man.
exciting.
Don't forget about us little people, man. Absolutely love him and cannot wait for you to see him perform because he is phenomenal. And as Kat said, just such an awesome guy and energy. But let's talk about something else that happened in the sky that's got people confused, very excited, and conspiracy theorists going absolutely crazy.
Oh, well, listen, if you're not sure what we're talking about, wondering what is happening, you are not alone. Now, we've been getting reports of a meteor sighting that has landed in Johannesburg on Santon Drive and William Nicol this past weekend, and social media was abuzz with people claiming that, you know, the bright, shining, traveling light that they've seen over the weekend was a meteor.
Yep. Now, every man on the planet is suddenly waiting for them to get superhero powers. It's coming. It's coming now. We want to know, have you seen this phenomenon? I'd love to know. Possibilities of a meteor having reached Earth have not been ruled out, so we want to know what you've seen and what you think it is.
So Gary Orkamp says, just a little trivia, a meteor is basically a shooting star. If it passes through the atmosphere and lands on Earth, it's known as a meteorite.
I love that. Hashtag got game. Is this giant meteorite? Is it a spaceship carrying an alien? We just don't know. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know on our social media platforms. Have you seen it? Is it making a noise? What does it smell like? We want to hear from you this morning. And of course, stay connected with us throughout the next 3 hours. We're going to keep the conversation going and have a lot of fun because Christmas has arrived in our studio. We love it.
Oh, you can make my day.
Defeat your mucus monster. Mucofizz. Loosen mucus and phlegm for clearer airways. Brought to you by Pharmacodynamics.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Be more plus with BioPlus. Let's give you that surge to get you across the line. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Real feel-good vibes this morning. I know our matric's bittersweet at the moment, nearing the end of the finals. What a stretch, and we are here to support and hopefully keep you guys motivated. Now, this final leg of the exams can be the most stressful as it becomes tougher to keep up that motivation, that focus, and of course, the discipline. We talk so much about consistency. You just got to keep pushing. And here to give our students a few more tips on how to stay motivated through the final stretch of the exams is educational psychologist Dr. Sharon Aitken. This is where it gets real. But there is also a kind of release, and I suppose because so much pressure has been put on us, there's been such a build-up, years of getting to this point, so we can understand why this is so stressful. That being said, we need to manage it. We need to get through this final phase. In your work, I'm sure this is an area that you have to deal with a lot because it is now the pinnacle of all schooling. How do we approach these final few weeks? Because it's all boiling down to literally these last few performances now.
Yeah, and most people by this stage are really, really tired. So
Yeah.
the two things I was trying to think, what would be the best for them to hear? And the one is, I think, why? Why are you studying? And have a really good image in your mind, a positive image of what it is you're wanting to achieve.
And these have got to be like good, positive answers, eh? Like
Not just, I don't want to fail, but I want to pass.
Hopefully you can answer that question. No,
I want to be with my peers next year. I have this vision of me being a successful, whatever it is that you've decided to be, but have that in your head because that lifts your spirits quite a lot.
Motivates you, yeah.
And once you've got that a little bit more energy back, then you've got to answer the what, how question. It's like, what do I actually need to get through this year? Or to get through this, yes, what do I need? And for some people, if you're just going for a pass, then maybe all you have to then do is focus on making sure you got the basics right.
Yeah.
You don't have to cover everything. Okay, that sounds wrong. But you don't have to cover everything to the same degree as if you're pushing for an 80. So it's about knowing what it is that you want to achieve and why you're doing it so you can have the inspiration. That lifts you.
I think do away with the self-judgment and the emotional judgment, because I think I held myself up to a genius sister who got, I'm sure, 6 or 7 distinctions in matric. So I was always like, I'm going to do that. And it was an unrealistic expectation. But the why is probably the most important. When I help kids now bridge that gap after school, most of them haven't even asked themselves why they want to be a lawyer, why they want to go into TV, why they want to do these things. And trust me, when the chips are down, the why is the most important.
It is.
You need that motivator. I get that. As parents, thankfully, my kids aren't there, but I sat coaching one of my really good friends yesterday whose daughter's only 10, and he had to go home and study maths with her, and he was stressing out. So now we know when our maths runs out, what role do we as parents have to play?
I've thought about this quite intensely, and I want to share this one thing with you. I want to share with you what you don't do.
Okay.
Especially at this time period. Do not start with the shaming. You should be studying more. Why are you on your screens? Why are you in the garden? Because what happens then is the child or the adolescents become so focused on that negative aspect and the sort of the conflict that you've engendered, and they're sitting there thinking about all the comebacks they should have had, and you know, and they stew on it for literally hours and hours. And it's a waste of energy that could have been so much more productive. So most parents know, help them get to sleep, you know, give them good food, but just treat them with care emotionally and be careful about your speech.
Yeah.
What is it you're saying? Do you actually need to say this? Do you need to say, oh, you're on your phone again?
Yeah.
Don't you think you should be studying? That's not going to be helpful now. Maybe after exams to reflect back on the process of going through the exams, but not now.
Great, but not in the moment. Again, let's be practical.
Yes.
What do you need to do is think of yourself as those guys running on the side of the road with like a nice little energy boost or something during a marathon, because this is the phase of the marathon where they need that. They don't need high kind of praise. They don't need massive negativity. They just need practical help. I get that. That being said, we need the energy. We need the mental focus. How can we ensure that we've got that push for the final push?
Yeah. So 2 things. One, as you know, sleep. Get your 8 to 10 hours of sleep diet, all of that stuff. We've hashed that before. The other thing that's really interesting is monitoring your concentration levels while you are studying. And as you get towards the end of exams and you're burning out, your concentration span is going to be shorter.
That threshold gets
Yes.
less and less.
So
Yeah.
you go up, you plateau, and then you drop. Now, you've got to monitor that drop
Right.
because you don't want to be forcing yourself to study when you're down here. This is where you must now break. And you must take a 10 to 15 minute rest, and then you should hit the plateau again up the top there, study. Otherwise, you're going to push yourself for hours. I see it all the time, studying down here, and that is not helpful
The
because
retention's not going to be there.
nothing's
for
going
sure.
in. And then they become frustrated. The more you become frustrated, the less goes in. It like bounces off your
Yeah.
head. So,
And then that becomes negative and disparaging in its
well,
in its
exactly.
nature
And you
itself,
start the downward spiral.
Do you come in a pocket size that we can just send out to all of our matriculants this morning? We're just going to send you a nice little Christmas gift. Thank you so much. I know how passionate you are about this phase. So please, let's take our cue off this energy, this positive, chilled, keep it practical kind of energy. And if you need a bit of help, BioPlus is there to boost your mental vitality and your physical energy as well. And one lucky viewer stands the chance of winning a study hamper to the value of 2,000 Rand from BioPlus. Sharon doesn't come with that, sorry. Simply reply to the competition post on Expresso's social pages and tell us, how do you motivate yourself to keep studying for the final exams? A really interesting question. And remember to include that competition hashtag BioPlusExam. The competition closes Tuesday, 22nd of November at noon, so not a huge amount of time, but you can find all the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. Stay calm and carry on. You guys have got this. Be more plus with BioPlus.
Some inspiration there, hey?
Yes. And I
We
mean,
were in sync. We're in sync.
oh, we are. We definitely
No, not
are.
there. You can't fist bump it. This is a moment that was that. And you fist bump.
Oh, well, listen, speaking of schools, there's some really cool things happening, and especially for the students at Fairways Primary School, they were joining in on the Ollie Olympics.
Yes.
And I mean, this is amazing because we're going nuts with Clover Go Nuts. All the excitement that Ollie has been bringing to lucky schools in Gauteng for the Ollie Olympics.
Olympics, indeed. So we caught up with Ollie for the final Olympics at Fairways Primary to see him spread the nuttiness. Let's take a look.
Today is our final day of the Olympics. What we expect from today is some fun, energy, excitement. The highlight overall of these Olympic Games has been just seeing the kids have so much fun. The way they're interacting with Ollie, the way they are playing these games, I'm honestly blown away with how they have been responding to Clover, to Go Nuts, to Ollie. It's been incredible.
I saw Ollie, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. It was so exciting.
Ollie's dancing was very much cool, and I really enjoyed like how he dances, because I'm also one of the dancers that do that, which is well, I feel excited. I felt like hugging him, but I didn't get a chance to do it.
This is actually like a surprise to me, and it's a special day for actually the school, because you haven't had such a thing in them since 2 years.
My highlights of the day is gotta be like the team energy that we had, like the fact that we were like from different grades. Some of us don't like each other, but we all united to like have a common cause of winning.
My highlight of the day was definitely doing the sack race. It was very challenging, but I got it through.
Just seeing the kids jump around and really get into it has been so cute. Definitely my favorite.
Meeting Ollie, I really want to hug him so much, but then most importantly, I really enjoyed myself today, and I'm glad that my school finally made us happy after such a long time. So my highlight for today was just being a Fairway student.
favorite way of eating donuts, peanut butter, is probably with oats. Especially in winter, I really like it. It really fills your stomach up. Right now, I'm still waiting for my packet so I can go home and toast my peanut butter with my bread and go eat it.
I think my favorite way of having Go Nuts peanut butter is the traditional peanut butter sandwich.
Peanut butter is usually something I would put on my pies and stuff, because when I'm eating like an apple pie or a chocolate pie, then I usually just put peanut butter on it. So that would probably be my favorite way to eat Go Nuts peanut butter.
My favorite way of eating the Go Nuts peanut butter is definitely peanut butter and jam and tea on a very cold day.
My favorite way to eat Go Nuts peanut butter is by the spoon. I've said it before, I'll say it a million times. Just on its own is my favorite snack, honestly.
It's been such a pleasure to see our children, and I'm sure if you look back at the footage, you'll see us all running around. I'm sure you've seen the spirit of Fairways. This event will benefit our kids because it's not only about team spirit. We are not all academics. You have seen the spirit after, like I'm saying to us, after COVID, to have us all go back into events again. It's so important. And thank you to Clover for the event.
Whenever events like this happen, kids get excited. It's a memory. Even when you get out of the school and go to high school, like, you'll forever remember this. So.
When the school said, okay, we're gonna have it on the Thursday, I was like, yes, let's go. Hawks needs to win, and we won.
On behalf of Ollie, on behalf of Clover, on behalf of Go Nuts, I want to thank all the schools for participating. Most importantly, I want to thank all of the kids for really immersing themselves in these games, for having so much team spirit, so much fun. It's so much better than I could have expected. So thank you, guys.
Super, super exciting for all the kids at Fairway Primary there. You know what that reminds me of? Those special days back at school, and then you have like this long, extended second break.
Yes.
And then when everyone's heading back as the bells is rung, somebody goes, "Carry on!" And all the kids lose their minds because break is carrying on. I love it for them.
That is the best. Well, listen, now that's a day filled with lots of nutty activities that the kids really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And make sure you follow Clover Go Nuts social pages for more information and see how you can get involved without too much FOMO.
It's not working.
I've got an idea. Our slice, you spread, Ollie. This will get us going.
1, 2. Go Nuts peanut butter. Nuttiness you'll never forget.
Made with love by Clover.
Oh, you can make my day.
Yes, you can aim for those A+ results with expert exam tips on Expresso, plus the physical energy and mental vitality you get from BioPlus. And the time is now with a chance to win a study hamper to the value of 2,000 Rand. To enter, catch those valuable tips and tricks on Expresso, then answer the BioPlus competition question on Expresso's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages using the hashtag BioPlusExam.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show, and the question is, who's feeling a little sensitive? Who's feeling a little triggered? Well, it's time for us to find out. It is the super sensitive tongue twister game, and we are putting our very own Katlego against Will Lindley.
It's the super sensitive tongue twister game.
Oh, so this is how it's going to happen. There are a couple of rules. We have 3 rounds, 3 tongue twisters, and 3 trigger foods. Now, Will, this is how the game works. You are going to have 10 seconds to take a bite out of the different food categories that we have. And then we have a tongue twister for you to read. Now, this is the actual twist, is that the tongue twister will be in a different language. Are you ready for that? So
Yes,
just to break
what is
it down,
forward?
we've got some sour worms, so sour products is a trigger. We've got some coffee floats. We've got ice cream at the top, coffee at the bottom, so you're getting the hot-cold sensitivity there. And we've got a cheese griller here, which is also a hot sandwich.
Super hot, super hot.
I wouldn't call it a sandwich, but it's hot. It's hot. You ready?
What are we starting with?
I think let's start off with our hot grilled cheese Tootsie
Right over
rolls,
here?
whatever you want to call it. Like
Tootsie
little,
rolls, is that what
like
they're
a
called?
little toasty, a modern toasty.
Like
So,
chives on top.
and a little bit of chive. So I'm going to move out the way because on your screen you'll be able to see the tongue twister, and this round is in English. So are you ready for that?
Okay.
Round
I go
1
first?
is the hot cheese toasty in English.
And you got 10 seconds to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
you gotta
when you
shoot
take a bite, the timer starts. Oh, you took the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And go.
You start telling him. Luke likes legs. Luke's duck likes legs. Luke likes legs. Duck legs. Wow. That takes legs. No.
I don't even think it's possible to read that. How are you at tongue twisters?
No, this is going to go horribly.
Okay, well, grab a bite of our cheese toasty, a nice hot cheese toasty. And then as you can see on your screen, we have got a lot of Luke's
So I do
wine.
the same one, the Luke,
Yes.
Luke Luck. Okay. Luke Luck likes legs. Luke's duck likes legs. Luke Luck licks legs. Luke's duck licks legs. Duck takes licks in legs. Luke Lucks likes. Luke Lucks takes licks. Is that wrong? No!
You were close.
I thought I was doing so well.
At some point, your duck licked the leg, but it was supposed to like licking it.
But the cheese grill is so good. So.
They
that
are
was
yummy. We're going to be making these later in the show. Okay,
Really?
round 1 done. Yes.
Is it like a draw then?
It is a draw, but in terms of who went furthest, I feel like Will Lindley got through
Okay.
less
I'll
booze
give
from
it
the
to you.
audio.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm
Round
competitive.
2.
Don't do that.
Gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to head on over to the sour worms, the
Okay.
gummies. And this tongue twister is in German. Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Sorry?
Ein bisschen. So you have to at least get a foot, a worm, and a ring.
Just get something sour in.
Just one.
And then go for the Deutsch. Oh, 2.
Oh! Am Setten, Irrsinn, Sorge. Sensa, Messen, Sinken, Sense, Sinken zum Zu. Ja, das ist, was ist klar.
Wow, that sounded so good.
Ja,
Jeez,
You
man.
don't know the
Guys,
translation.
what am I saying?
Should we give you the translation before Will Lindley takes a go? So the translation is, on October 10th at 10 minutes past 10, 10 tame goats pulled 10 canters of sugar to the zoo.
You haven't even had one of the sensitivity things.
The translation killed you.
It was tough. German's even tougher. Let's see if Will Lindley's tougher.
So wait, what did you do? A foot and a worm? Okay,
You can do a foot. Oh, those are the most
worm.
sour, and a worm.
Umsetzen, Sinn. Sorgen. I don't know where to go from there. is going atrociously. Can I do the translation? On October 10th.
Try the translation.
On October 10th. Oh, no, it's gone too fast. How do you guys do this in the morning? I can't read this quickly.
We hope the people in charge of order queue will slow down.
Go. On October 10th at 10:10, 10 tame goats pull 10 cans of sugar. What? The system is tricky, right?
Okay, guys, final one. So round 3, we're gonna do a combination of a cold affogato. So that, of course, is our ice cream coffee float, if you want to really put it in layman's terms. And you're gonna do it in Chinese.
Get out.
How's your Mandarin?
Wow, okay.
Okay, take a sip. Be careful, it's cold and hot and cold.
Can I go now?
And you've got a moustache.
Okay, cool. Gives me a Wang Fei Hong look, so it's cool. Let's go. She.
You still got your moustache.
Nicely done.
Well, it's your turn.
Okay.
Let's be careful, it is hot.
Actually.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a cold affogato.
It's right.
Oh, that's nice.
Go.
Okay,
Go for it. We're gonna give you the... Let me give you the quick translation. 4 is 4, 10 is 10, 14 is 14, 40 is 40, 44 is 44.
Wow.
That's your translation. Thank you very much. You guys were brilliant. Well done on handling those tongue twisters while being triggered. And there really is no need to be triggered by your favorite food. So if you are suffering from tooth sensitivity, then you need to switch to Sensodyne Ultra Nova Repair and Protect. And let us tell you what foods trigger your teeth. And in fact, you let us know which foods trigger your teeth. We would love to hear from you. And who knows, we might incorporate that into our next tongue twister.
And have some cheese grill.
Yeah. What ice cream is that? It's like a vanilla.
All right, thanks, guys. Now that we've got the teeth sorted out, let's sink them into something delicious.
There is a classic mayonnaise that brings out the traditional French in 3 levels of tanginess. The mild classic, the medium classic, the strong classic. Tangy the way you love it.
Made with love by Clover.
So it's almost time to bring out the platters for the festive season entertaining. And if festive finger food inspiration is what you're after, look no further than our Clover Classic Mayo and Honey Mustard Chicken Bites. They are perfect pocket-sized appetizers and really easy to make. Absolutely delicious. And yes, you can do them in the air fryer, super quick and easy.
I love this. Because this is exactly what Will Lindley and Katlego just had for their tongue twister. So we're about to whip this together. Chicken mayo, classic, you can't get away with.
Winner chicken dinner, and for me, I actually made this the other night. The combination, the honey mustard combo, I hadn't had it for a while. It's kind of old school, absolutely beautiful. So you're going to whip up our filling now for our little pockets of joy.
So we're going to use our tangy mayonnaise mild #1, and the great thing is it does come in different tangy flavors.
And you can make it as creamy as you like. We need about a half a cup for this amount of chicken. What I love about the Clover Classic Mayonnaise range of tangy mayonnaise, it comes in 3 different levels of tanginess just for you. So you've got the mild, the medium, and the strong. That's what we want, and it can suit your own taste preference. And for this recipe, we are using Clover Classic Tangy Mayo 1 to give these pockets of deliciousness a creamy taste and, of course, texture.
Yes, we're going to add some chives. We're going to add some
spring
onion. We're going to add our mustard. In fact, I'm going to just mix the mustard.
And the honey together. Oh, look at that.
Just mix it all together. I'm going to use this little spatula.
I mean, you can use the mustard of your choice. The Dijon mustard for me is kind of the best balance for this.
Chili flakes.
And that's
you can obviously add it as much as you need. I'm just going to give this a good little mix.
That's a clever idea. Ensure a more liberal spreading of the complete mixture.
Especially the chili flakes, because you want to make sure that it's at least,
Don't just get it all in one pocket, yeah, completely. And then the last thing, we're going to finish it off with a little bit of our grated cheese, and that's going to melt and help to bind it all together.
And you know what's a great and easy way to like basically pull your chicken apart if you're going to be making chicken mayo sandwiches is once you've cooked your chicken breast, whether you do it in, like some people like to do it on the pan. I love to personally do mine in the the pressure cooker, like the instant pot. You take a blender, you put your chicken into a bowl, you take an electric blender and you just blend and it will shred your chicken for you.
And you shred it properly.
And easy. So
then
here
that chicken
is our
knows it's
filling.
been fantastic, and that looks beautiful, well balanced, beautiful mix of flavors. And now this is going to pop into our little, what we've done is we've cut our phyllo pastry into little rounds, and the key here is just to not put too much filling in, I think.
I don't know, it's very tempting to want to add too much filling.
Chances are your first couple you probably are going to maybe add a little bit too much, but that's okay. And when I talk about this being quick and easy, then these you're literally going to fold together like you would a little burrito type wrap, and it's as simple as that. And then into the air fryer.
Brush it with a little bit of
egg, and then just to finish it off, look at that, there's our pocket.
Sesame seeds.
Some sesame seeds are going to add another textural element, but they also taste great. A toasted sesame seed is absolutely delicious, and a little bit of sesame seed into the air fryer, 180 for about 15 minutes, depending on how fast. And you can bake it or you can air fry it. Within the air fryer, you're going to get the same result. Beautiful, crispy outer layer. And of course, this beautiful tangy center that's just going to come together beautifully.
Oh, listen, if you want to get your hands on this delicious recipe, we have it available on our website, expressoshow.com. And if you've missed any of the steps, you're in luck. Here you go.
Beautiful.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Sometimes you just got to put the brakes on and pause. Enjoy a little dairy snack, okay? Because all of the excitement of the World Cup is here. And of course, 3 games to look forward to tonight, where we're going to get into that opening ceremony yesterday. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Who are you supporting? Let us know on our social media platforms. We'll start chewing on that gristle in just a moment. But right now, let's get into those news headlines.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bridges. The time has just gone 7 o'clock and a time for us to reflect on the news headlines this morning. On the national news front, the Skukuza Regional Court has sentenced the convicted rhino poacher Sipho Khoza to a total of 52 years in prison. He was arrested in the Kruger National Park in September of this year and also in December of 2016 in the Stolzneck section of the park. Now, Sandparks yesterday welcomed the heavy sentencing just days after another rhino poacher was successfully convicted and sentenced to 17 years in prison in the Skukuza Regional Court. Khoza is set to serve 34 years as some of his sentences will run concurrently. Now, residents of Henneman in the Free State have killed one of 2 pit bulls that mauled to death a 3-year-old toddler, Keketso Saule, in Sekodimpate, Phomolong, in the town yesterday morning. Now, the owner pulled the dog off the child, but it was too late. Police spokesperson Stephen Takeng says community members then attacked the dogs and killed one. The other one was then taken to the SPCA and later euthanized. Now, the incident follows a week after an 8-year-old child from Bloemfontein, Uleboheng Musime, was mauled to death by the neighbor's pit bull. On the international news front, Britain's new Prime Minister Rishi Sunak made his first visit to Kiev this weekend, pledging to continue the firm support for Ukraine that was a focus of his predecessors and providing a new air defense package to help down drones. Now, we're with you all the way, Sunak said on Twitter. He said Britain would provide a new £50 million package that includes anti-aircraft guns and technology such as radar and counter-drone attacks. Now, Britain also said it would increase the training it provides to Ukraine's armed forces. In other news, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has said it was committing $7 billion to Africa over the next 4 years, as Bill Gates warned that the Ukraine crisis was reducing the amount of aid flowing to the continent. The foundation's pledge, which is up 40% on the amount spent during the previous 4 years, will target projects tackling hunger, disease, poverty, and gender inequality. Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, will receive the largest share. Our foundation will continue to support solutions in health, agriculture, and other critical areas, Gates said. And finally, as a young child, Nigerian artist Oluwaju Wonlo Adeyemi was distraught at the thought of adding waste to sprawling dump sites in the city of Lagos, where very little rubbish is recycled. Now, her mother's discarding of large plastic kegs for cooking oil that she used for her catering business in Lagos gave Adeyemi an idea, and she turned them into faces that have now become a trademark of her artwork. She cuts off the top of the keg and then paints it using the handles as a long nose and a round screw top opening as the mouth. Now, the colorful masks have become heads of protagonists in her paintings, on which she uses materials such as fabric and string to add texture and dimensions. Amazingly, 20-year-old Adeyemi has already exhibited twice in Lagos, and her pieces sell for over $1,000. She says, quote, "My work stops pollution. My mother's boosts it." And that's it for the news right now at 7 o'clock. We'll take another look at 8 right now and a reflection on the world of sports with Graham.
Thank you so much, Kat. Not the best note to start on for our host nation of the World Cup. Qatar, in fact, became the first ever host nation to lose their opening game of the World Cup. That was after losing 2-0 to Ecuador. Certainly put their hand up. Ena Valencia's early header from close range ruled out for offside by the video assistant referee, but the Ecuadorian captain did score just moments later after he was brought down in the box, then stepped up to calmly convert the spot kick before then powering in another beautiful header before that scoreline in the second half, meaning opening account for Ecuador. There are 3 matches, some great encounters to look forward to tonight. England take on Iran. The great African hope Senegal face the Netherlands, and then USA are up against Gareth Bale's Wales. Then on to tennis, he has done it again. Novak Djokovic earned a record equaling 6th ATP Finals title and a historic $4.7 million payday after he defeated Casper Ruud 7-5, 6-3 in Turin in the title match. And it was Djokovic's high-class return game, as it has so many times, that proved the difference as he carved out all 5 of the breakpoint opportunities in the match. And despite some typically strong hitting from Ruud, Djokovic's big match mentality prevailed as he sealed a 93-minute victory. The 35-year-old also becomes then the oldest champion in the tournament's 53-year history. And clearly, he is still going strong. Now, speaking of which, as we move to Formula One, 2-time world champion Max Verstappen was in sublime form, claiming a record-extending 15th win this year with an amazing performance for Red Bull in the season-ending Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, as Sebastian Vettel headed into retirement with a point. So Verstappen dominated from start to finish, but he was unable to assist his teammate Sergio Perez in his bid to beat Ferrari's Charles Leclerc and take second place behind him in the Drivers' Title Championship. The race also marked the final appearance on the track for 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel, and he ended the race in 9th place. Vettel retires from the sport with an incredible 53 race wins under his belt. Then on to golf. John Ram won the DP World Tour Championship in Dubai by 2 shots yesterday, as Rory McIlroy finished 4th to end the season as Europe #1 for the 4th time now. So Spaniard Ram fired an incredible closing 67 to finish on 20 under and seal a career hat-trick at Jumeirah Golf Estate. England's Tyrrell Hatton and Sweden's Alex Noren sharing second place. So McIlroy securing the Harry Vardon Trophy for the winner of the race to Dubai to crown Europe's Tour's #1 player, and he certainly earned that right. So we're going to be going live to all of the SABC channels in just a moment, saying good morning Qatar. Stick around for that, but right now let's send you off to work safely and take a look at the traffic with Zoe.
Thank you, Graham. Well, let's start off with traffic in Soweto, Johannesburg. There's protest action at Mofolo North in Soweto due to residents having no access to electricity for the past 5 months. Please avoid this area and use an alternative route this morning. In Roodepoort, Johannesburg, there's an obstruction on the N1 northbound before Malibongwe Drive. 1 lane is closed. Please approach with caution. In Bellville, Cape Town, there's some congestion on the R300 northbound at the N1 inbound ramp. Please add some extra travel time to your journey this morning as you head into Cape Town. Well, that's your traffic for now. Let's take another look at your weather. Now we start off with a bit of news. The David Kruiper municipality at Uppington in the Northern Cape says it is struggling to fill its water reservoirs because of rolling blackouts. Temperatures in one of SA's hottest towns have been hovering around the mid-30s for the past week with no respite in sight. Spokesperson for the David Kruiper municipality, Patrick Williams, says the continued rolling blackouts and high water demand have left reservoirs near empty and the municipality is not getting enough time to refill them. Williams has called on residents to use water sparingly. He added that as a result of load shedding, they were struggling to pump water into the reservoirs. And once the water is in the reservoirs, it's used quickly. So we are calling on residents to use water sparingly and not to use water for irrigation of their gardens, also not to wash their vehicles and not to fill up their swimming pools, he said. Well, that was your little bit of news this morning. We now turn our attention to your sunrise views. So for your 7 a.m. update, we have Kavi from Umhlanga, who shared this beautiful view with the city overlooking the ocean in the distance while enjoying some tea. Jocelyn snapped this ocean view from her apartment, also in Umhlanga Sands, showing how blessed she is with beautiful views. It seems like all the sunrise views come from KZN. Nancy Govender shared this view from her balcony with bold orange hues lighting up the houses in Umkomaas. And last up, Tanya sent this magical sunrise view in KZN with tall trees to radiant skies. What a beautiful photo. Well, if you have one you would love to share with us, please do so on our WhatsApp line. The number is 063-408-8863. Let's look at your temperatures, starting off in Polokwane. A low of 15 and a high of 27 for today. Mbombela, 16.28. Pretoria, 14.26 if you're in Johannesburg. 5 your high. Mahikeng, 18.29. Klerksdorp, 16.31. If you're in Kimberley, 18 is your low, 31 your high. Bloemfontein, 13 with a high of 29. Richards Bay, 20-25. Pietermaritzburg, 17-29. If you're in Durban, 22 is your low, 24 your high. Mthatha, 17, reaching a high of 30. If you're in East London, 20 with a high of 28 is expected. Cradock, 16-35. Gqeberha, your low is 18, your high 23. If you're in George, 14 with a high of 19. Cape Town, 17, reaching a high of 24 today. Worcester, 13-33. Sutherland, 10-29. And if you're in Uppington, a low of 20 and a high of 36 degrees Celsius for today. Well, that's your 7 a.m. weather update. We'll have a final look for you at 8 o'clock.
Well, listen, there's still so much more coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast show, including live performances from Will Lindley, who happens to support the greatest football team in the world. Come on, you great gunners of the North. Oh, man, I love you so much right now, bro. And then also, we'll be linking with our family at Good Morning Qatar to give you the latest on news from the FIFA Soccer World Cup that is currently taking place. But in the meantime, can you give us a little bit of a something into the ad break? Yeah? That's all we need. There we go. See you just now.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Qatar. In just a moment, we will be saying good morning, Qatar, to all of the SABC channels. Thank you so much for joining us. Absolutely loving the fact that the world, yes, has one gaze at the moment. The 2022 FIFA World Cup kicked off yesterday with the opening ceremony at the Al Bayt Stadium. A crowd of some 60,000 people. I'm going to say good morning right now to a crowd of a few million across all of the SABC channels. Good morning, Qatar! Tips, we love you guys. We love your studio team, and we love the fact that we get a front row seat to the biggest spectacle in all the world. It didn't look like a full 60,000 were actually in that stadium yesterday, so I'm assuming there's going to be a few pictures and videos to probably prove the contrary, but we were treated to something quite spectacular. Fireworks ahead of watching the host nation play the first ever World Cup match. Didn't go according to plan, but we'll get into that in a moment. So the event was produced on a nostalgic take on the previous World Cups, which I loved. I kind of felt 2010 in that. The songs like Cannon's waving flag in the background, a bit of Shakira rock there, absolutely love it. And the theme of the opening ceremony is a gathering for all mankind, bridging differences through humanity, respect and inclusion.
Yeah, true opportunity there.
Yeah, they had to. Jungkook of BTS out on his own, nowhere to hide, the dancing, the singing, everything had to.
Like at least the black, and then he went,
but he's been doing this,
to the world.
He's been training for this his whole life, and now he is there, and he absolutely dominated. So superb,
beautiful.
Absolutely superb. In fact, in that moment, he became the first ever Korean artist to perform at a World Cup. So well done, but just go and check out any of the threads on Twitter. The love for this kid. Dude, people are obsessed, and rightly so. So well done to him. Then this one really did hit home. The star turn was voiceover, just on that voice. Absolutely beautiful stuff, and we are here for that. And I think it brought everyone into the moment. Then local and international fans also turned up in their thousands to show their support for the two teams competing in the high-pressure opening game. Of course, in the form of the hosts, Qatar. So much hope there for the host nation. And then one of the dark horses, well, they certainly put their hands up now. Tournament, and I think...
Underdogs?
Yeah, underdogs, but they played beautifully. Ecuador were absolutely amazing. Now, speaking of that opening game, Ecuador thought they had taken the lead in the early stages through captain Enner Valencia, and he found the back of the net through a beautifully taken header. That was ruled out VAR, but then he stepped up and did it. The captain is going to be one to watch. He did sad for Qatar, obviously the first host nation to lose their opening game, and there's some amazing, I know it's awful, man, and there's some amazing players in that Qatari side who all play together in the same club, so we expected more, but that goal obviously sparked some incredible celebrations in Ecuador itself, with hundreds of fans attending a fan park. Look at that, that's what it means.
This is the beauty of the World Cup. Everywhere around the world, fan parks are being established of people supporting their nations. Even those nations that didn't qualify for the World Cup find some kind of unity in the spectacle that is the World Cup, right?
Guido, we see you. I was trying to explain that to my boy yesterday. Like, right now, everyone's watching this, dude. The whole world is watching this.
It's a beautiful game.
It's a moment. So I think about that when you think of Qatar and the situation there, because so much baggage came into this. How do we usher a nation into a new era? Inclusion. So maybe there's a way we can shift and change perceptions. Of course, all that off the field, great. We're interested in what's going on the field. This is going to produce some of the best football I think we have ever seen at a World Cup, and there are a number of reasons for that. So today we've got 3 more games. We've got England and Iran, which is going to be an interesting one for that area, obviously. Then this is the first time, this is the first time the two have ever played, while Africa's campaign kicks off with Senegal facing the Netherlands.
This is without Sadio Mane in the first.
Yeah, man, and it's Netherlands. I mean, of all your first draws, come on. But maybe a test of this nature at the beginning. But it's also going to be a good yardstick to see where Netherlands are. And then, of course, the USA round off the day's action up against, I keep saying Gareth Bale's Wales. It does belong to other people as well, but it's kind of his last hurrah. And the team received a very special mention ahead of that encounter.
I've got to ask you, though, have you kind of... you were saying earlier on you were flipping and flopping a little bit.
It's going to be impossible.
No, I'm putting you on the spot. Call it right now, on national TV.
My heart says Argentina for some reason. I don't know why. I thought Brazil, but there is something behind Argentina at the moment. I just have a feeling it's their time. It's Messi's time. It's the time of the season. Everyone is amazing. So you can ponder that as we say goodbye to you, Tips, and the rest of our amazing Good Morning Qatar team. We love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow to get through more of the World Cup gristle.
So you're calling Argentina, right?
I don't know. Today.
You know what? No, you can't do that. I'm calling Argentina from a pure emotion. I cried when I saw Lionel Messi lifting the Copa del Rey. So I'm like, Copa America, rather. And it would be amazing, I think. Settle the great debate, shall we?
For sure.
Settle it, Messi. Settle it.
Oh, well, listen, it's going to be a debate the entire World Cup round. But listen, with our focus now on Tropica Island of Treasure, there are only 4 teams left on the Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars, and we need to invite our own All-Star in here. Katlego, come and join me, because they have been keeping us entertained, and what we've done is we have decided to celebrate by giving away some smooth prizes with our Tropica at Home challenges.
Yeah.
Now, for those who are competing currently on the show, they stand a chance to win a shared 1 million rand and 250,000 rands worth of Suzuki prizes. And then for you at home, you stand the chance of winning some smooth prizes to the value of 1,000 rand in cash. And to go back to the show, those who come in second with play.co.za, they also stand a chance to win some mega prizes to the value of 25,000 rand. But every week they give us an at-home challenge. So let's take a look at this week's at-home challenge.
The Tropica Catapult Challenge. You'll need a basket like this, a couple of lemons, and some spoons, and then let's see how it works.
I feel like every time you do it, the lemon went that way.
Yeah.
Should I give it a go?
How are we going to do this?
So
May
we use
I have my spoon? I need to
you
talk to
can
my
use
spoon.
one, my spoon, my lemon, and it's all about the pressure.
If you get this first time,
I don't
I'm
think
going
I
to
will.
absolutely lose it.
Okay. More oomph. You need more oomph. I didn't know that. Okay.
More oomph.
More oomph.
Oh my word, that was so close.
Almost.
Okay.
One more, and
One
then
more.
it's your turn.
Got the balance?
Use a bigger lemon.
Oh, a bigger one. Heavier one. Okay, Zoe Brown.
One more.
Okay, one more.
One more. This is a difficult at-home challenge.
There we go. Ooh, okay. All right.
Height.
Let's see.
You go. You go for it.
See, you got to try and find the...
Am I allowed to tilt the basket?
No, leave it. Don't help me. Got to get the elevation angle right. Okay, that was close.
Okay, you went that way.
Yeah. So now, you see...
Wait, I need to see what you did, because you got more height in yours.
Oh, okay. One more. It's too much of a chop. I'm giving too much of a chop. Let's chop. Let's chop. Okay, balance. We in line, yeah. Let's go!
He got it. His lemon's in the basket. Well done.
That's it. That's a lot of fun. All right. So listen, you can stand a chance of becoming 1,000 rand richer with this week's cash prize of 1,000 rand up for grabs if you tackle the hashtag Tropica Catapult Challenge. And so to enter, all you need to do is show off your spoon flipping skills and share your video on social media by tagging @mytropica and including that hashtag Tropica. Entries close at midnight on the 26th of November, and T's and C's that apply can be found on the website. Of course, the winner will be selected and contacted via Tropica social media.
Oh, how exciting. Now, if you've missed the Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars episode, there will be a repeat this evening. In fact, episode 10 tonight can be seen at 9 p.m. on S3.
You want to give one more go?
One more.
Come on, one more.
One more.
For the people, Zoe, come on.
More catapult. This is difficult.
You too can win big with Tropica. Buy a Tropica promo pack, follow the details, enter, and stand a chance to win your share of thousands of smooth prizes, such as airtime, data, AEG fridges, Island Tribe hampers, Rest Assured beds, plus limited edition Tropica bags, towels, tents, cooler bags, and cushions. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you stand to win. Tropica, nothing smoother. Stand the chance to win an Island Tribe hamper to the value of 1,000 Rand and a pair of premium handcrafted prior eyewear to the value of 1,490 Rand every week. Simply answer the weekly competition question by replying to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter page. Don't forget to include hashtag Join the Tribe and prior eyewear. Tame the sun with Island Tribe. The competition closes 30 November. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Come back. Yes, the smiles are wide this morning. Footy fans are gearing up as the World Cup enters its 92nd year, my brother. That is incredible. So the FIFA tournament kicked off in Qatar this weekend, obviously officially the smallest country ever to host the world's biggest sporting event and the third richest country in the world to do it. Just putting that out
Kind of
there.
balances out.
Yeah, and while many have taken a social media stance to sharing the excitement, some groups have obviously also spoken out and used their voice about concerns about the event and obviously the cultural attachments, the baggage, if you will. And today we sit down with news editor Roy Simpson as well as Good Hope FM's seasoned sportscaster Lorenzo Durries to discuss what to expect from the much-anticipated sporting spectacular.
Yeah, and what a spectacular it is. And of course, we encourage you at home to join in on the discussion and the conversation. Share your thoughts and experiences with us. If you are, maybe you're watching us from Qatar right now. Do so by sending us a voice note, 063... What's the number again?
408-8863.
That's the number.
Give out your own number one day. You are this close.
It's great to have you with us. Good morning.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Lorenzo, I mean, there's lots of questions I want to ask you, buddy, but who's your money on, first of all? I just got to get it out the way.
Sure. My heart says Brazil.
Okay.
But my money's on Argentina at the moment.
Ooh. I'm in for the emotion.
There is so much feeding towards this being the best ever World Cup on the pitch. If you take the timing, where these players are in their own domestic seasons, they should be peak fitness, peak skills, everything is set. The board is set. I love it. But the position of that board is completely different to anything we've experienced before. This is a major milestone for the Arab nations. Why has this become such a watershed moment? Just to unpack the baggage of the world right now.
You know what, we saw a few days ago with the FIFA executive coming out and saying certain things, the way it looked yesterday, the feel of it. If you just go to social media at the moment, the hype of the World Cup is not there like it was yesteryear. You know, a lot of people saying yesterday, like, 2010, you know, Brazil, totally different. Just doesn't feel real at the moment. Yeah. It feels like something else is overshadowing it.
Absolutely, yeah. We touched on that a little bit on our conversation last week. And of course, Roy, you can't take your eyes away from, the money aspect when it comes to the World Cup. They've dropped some bars, if we could say that, with the official budget of some $10 billion, and even further than that, $290 billion.
Yeah, I think that's more the number here.
Exactly.
which is more money than has been spent collectively on all the World Cups to date.
So what do you think is the end game of such an approach, and what are they trying to say? What's the message being put out?
And to be honest, I think it was quite cynical, the whole bid process. It was quite a cynical attempt to sports wash their image. That's a lovely term for like whitewashing away.
I hear you.
All those things that are unpalatable to, you want to attract these visitors to your country from more liberal nations, and so you need to up your image and polish it up a little bit. And hosting an event like this is one way to do that. And of course, they're just not equipped, or they weren't when they won this bid. So they've had to do everything from scratch. They've created a metro system. They've built a city for 250,000 people around the stadium where the final will happen. So yeah, that comes at a cost, eh?
290 billion.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Brain can't actually compute.
Struggling
to figure out what that end game is. And I know a lot of that infrastructure is going to be gifted and it's going to be handed, but for the players themselves, and if we look at the footballing structures, we've obviously seen certain players, obviously Egypt's Mohamed Salah from Algeria, Rabah Maja. Once they move into that European fold, we're starting to see the real pedigree. Do you think this is going to start a shift in that sense? Taking, for instance, the Qatari side, who all play in Qatar, for, I'm sure, a pretty price purse. They don't need to go to Europe, I'm sure, to chase the money, but we're going to surely see the world's eyes open to the talent that is in that area.
No, definitely. Firstly, just to touch on that, I think 13 players play for Al Sadd side. And that's 13 players. Xavi was there as well. So you can see the investment that they put in it. 12 years in the making, trying to get a team that can really compete. Now they also have, remember we used to have the Confed Cup.
Yeah.
And now they've got the Arab Cup, FIFA Arab Cup. So a lot of money being pushed into that side of the world so that they can, you know, grow the game, firstly, then get those players to play in the English Premier League, in the Bundesliga. And I think after this World Cup, we might see 2 or 3 players, you know, just move across into those leagues, and they'll take it as a win.
Yeah.
They'll definitely.
And of course, with the upward trajectory of women's football all across the world, you'd hope that these are small steps that we could take in, you know, in these kind of states to shed some positivity on various issues, shall we say. We shall continue this conversation on the other side of a very short break. We will enjoy some beautiful music, but of course keep those thoughts coming in 063-408-8863. Nailed it.
Boom.
Oh, well, listen, he's been hanging out with us all morning. We even put him through a tongue twister test. But it's now time for the very talented Will Lindley to perform here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Here he is with his first performance for the morning, and this is Wrong Time.
Blonde hair covering my eyes. All that I remember are the blurry nights. 2 people speeding through the suburbs at 95. I'm trying to say I didn't love you, but that's a lie. Cold air, skinny dipping eye. I'm still finding sand inside my shoes sometimes. Show me all your cards and the secrets that you keep inside. It's not enough that we only love the feeling. Oh, 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 oh. I should get a new life if you seeing other guys. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause I know that I want her even if she's not mine. She was the right girl at the wrong time. Asked me for a light and burned the butterflies. She made my heart stop, but it wasn't the kind that makes you fall in love. It was a flat line. I'm trying to move on, back up the memories and move on. But nothing can change that she's the right girl at the wrong time. And I know that I want her even if she's not mine. Dead stare, baby blue eyes. It hurts to look at how you made me feel alive. 'Cause my friends will see your friends and they all know what we're thinking. Nothing's been the same since you made me kill my feelings. Oh, 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 oh. I should get a new life if you seeing other guys. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause I know that I want her even if she's not mine. She was the right girl at the wrong time. Asked me for a light and burned the butterflies. She made my heart stop, but it wasn't the kind that makes you fall in love. It was a flat line. I'm trying to move on, back up the memories and move on. But nothing can change that she's the right girl at the wrong time. And I know that I want her even if she's not mine. Right girl at the wrong time. Don't know I said anyone, my heart is blind. It makes goodbyes worse, but I'm alright. And I know that I want her even if she's not. She was the right girl at the wrong time. Don't advise for anyone, my heart is blind. It makes goodbyes worse, but I'm alright. And I know that I want her even if she's not mine. She was the right girl at the wrong time. Asked me for a light and burned the butterflies. She made my heart stop, but it wasn't the kind that makes you fall in love. It was a flat line. I'm trying to move on, back up the memories and move on. But nothing can change that she's the right girl at the wrong time. And I know that I want her even if she's not mine, yeah.
Will Lindley on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, the first of 3 performances. Of course, catch him this coming Sunday at the Grand Parade for the Switch On Festival Lights. Of course, that's going to be very, very exciting. But don't go anywhere on your Feel Good Breakfast Show because we've got more coming your way.
Stand a chance of winning 10,000 Rand with Play.coza when you watch Tropica Island of Treasure. Simply SMS PLAY to 41191 or scan this QR code and follow the steps to enter. You could be winning your own treasure of 10,000 Rand. T's and C's apply and can be found on Play.coza. Let's play with Play.coza.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we continue our focus on the World Cup. World Cup hosts Qatar, an energy and investment powerhouse with immense influence as a diplomatic power broker, if you will. And they are currently really under the spotlight as the international competition obviously kicked off yesterday. And while many have taken to social media to share their excitement about the footballing on offer, some human rights groups have understandably also voiced their concerns around the event.
Absolutely. And today we get to chat about the World Cup with Heart FM news editor Roy Simpson, as well as Good Hope FM's season sportcaster Lorenzo Darius. And of course, we encourage you to weigh in on the topic. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Send us your voice notes on 063 408 8863.
And this is a safe place, okay? I suppose this comes to bear, this question, in this conversation. We want to talk about the football, but it's almost impossible to do that. But let's try. Let's try and talk about the football.
For a moment.
Because there is so much history involved for certain teams here, so many players, individual players, and it's this time. Now, it's the time for the GOAT to put up his hand.
Which one?
Yeah, which one exactly? And I think a lot of people are saying, a lot of people are saying this might be Neymar's chance to supersede the others. There is an opportunity here, people talking about Harry Kane as a possible golden boot, but not that England have the chance of opportunity of repeating their 1966 drama. So who are you most excited about? Belgium, Brazil, Argentina. There are so many teams. What matchups are you looking forward to the most? What are those must-sees?
I've got three.
Okay.
You know, and I have to put it like that. We like doing things in three, though. So we've got Spain and Germany. Which is going to be a classic, right? And then one that a lot of people might not say is a big one, but I think it is. It's Wales versus England. You know, quite close to home. You know, guys are playing together. They know each other quite well, and there's a bit of a history between those two countries
and Wales can do it. Wales, they've got those moments. They've got those players,
And then I think the one that we've all been waiting for since 2010 is Ghana and Uruguay.
Oh, yes, come on with it now.
Suarez and his hand. What's going to happen? I think we've got one of the AU brothers that was part of the team as well. So they're going to be chilling there, just watching them and being like, we're waiting for you guys. We've got something to prove. So that's a big one for the African continent.
Absolutely.
Against the South American heavyweights.
And they did us dirty, man.
Yeah, they did.
us dirty. Now go back and look at that footage. It's like dirty.
We've actually got a voice note right now from Sinotemba. Let's have a listen. Good morning.
Good morning. I was disappointed with the Qatar. I was hoping maybe they're going to do well. I was really disappointed with them, their performance. And the VAR, that first goal that was disallowed, that was a goal.
Ooh.
I am backing the Portugal, simple because I'm CR7 fan. I want him to retire with a gold World Cup medal. Is that too much to ask for? No. Ronaldo.
I'm sure Ronaldo is asking the very same thing. Is it too much? So we had a CR7.
With all of the emotions and frustration.
Feeling for Qatar.
Oh, my goodness. All right, we've got another one. Mohammed, good morning to you.
Brazil all the way. I don't see how they're going to stop Neymar and Vinny Jr. and Rafinha and Rodrigo.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, short and sweet, Brazil all the way. And the lists, well, just about the entire team are game changer, X-factor kind of players. Roy, beyond the fanfare, obviously human rights, the big kind of, we talk about this being a watershed moment. What does this actually mean? As a journalist, how have you been able to wrap your head around the fact that this is actually happening?
There's been so much attention on the not the football part. And I think watershed's a really nice word to use because right from the very start there's been controversy around how they won the bid and, you know, the issues around basically buying the World Cup. And we know that we did, for example.
Yeah.
We've got.
I think everyone probably has, buddy, to be honest.
Well, certainly during that era. And I think this is a changing of the era. Qatar was just that step too far. The awarding of this to a country with all of these issues around it just became that thing that changed things. So you now have a system where FIFA have changed their bidding process adjudication rules to now include issues like human rights, workers' rights,
female representation.
Non-discrimination. These things are now built into how they're going to assess the bids. And that's a lasting legacy. That's something that may actually come to change the nature of how FIFA interacts with the world. I mean, Gianni Infantino very keen to go, oh, you know, we're part of the world, but now football really has to interact properly.
So do you think then that at this point, then that's where people could draw a positive inference from what's happening right now, that it resulted in these changes and possibly further changes to come?
Absolutely. And then when you look at Qatar, for example, one of the big issues has been the issue of migrant labor, the kafala system, which it's dangerously close to slavery. It's been critiqued over and over again. So we know what the problems are. But now in 2020, the state has taken over that system. Instead of having independent patrons looking after these migrant workers, which was the problem, that's where the big abuse happened. Now the state is involved. Man, whether that sustains after the glare of the media is off in like a month's time, that we've got to see. But the point is we've made that. That's a victory that's happened. Right. And you celebrate that. And now the next fight starts, which is to keep that in place. Here
we go.
But there are two big changes. So that's positive, yes.
And these are changes that our kids, when our kids play at the next World Cups that they're going to play at.
Go, boys.
You know, these are changes. This is legacy. And we talk so much about legacy after a World Cup. Where's the 2010 legacy? Where will the Qatar legacy be? But we have an opportunity, as we were saying earlier, to watch some of the best football you will ever see in your life at this particular World Cup. So we're going to keep the focus on there for a little bit of the time, at least.
Well, listen, we are in the kitchen, and I think it's safe to say that the festive season is underway. And Golden Cloud and Beacon, they are back with another exciting season of the Golden Baker Search. Now, 5 lucky viewers stand a chance to be paired with a professional chef and compete live in the Expresso kitchen for the grand prize of 50,000 Rand in cash. Now, Gabby is here to show us how to make this delicious donut box, and I think it is great to do a little bit of inspiration for gift giving. And I mean, this is so fun. I'm looking at the donuts and it's really, really sweet. So Gabby, before we start with this recipe, we actually have someone on the line. We have Lorraine Segwale, who entered with the show-stopping Christmas bake. Lorraine, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Very well. Tell us a little bit, what inspired you to enter the competition?
No, I just saw the competition on Facebook, and I've been baking and all, and I'm like, okay, why not enter?
Well, listen, looking at that bake on our screen right now, it looks incredible, and we are very happy to announce that you, Lorraine, have been selected by our viewers as the first Golden Baker Search finalist. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Oh, we deserve to give you a proper round of applause. Thank you, Gabby. See, she's the perfect hype girl. Now, how does it feel being a finalist?
I didn't even expect it. I mean, I just woke up in the morning and I'm like, let me just decorate this cake and then send it. I didn't think I'll make it to as the first finalist.
Well, now you can believe it. You're in there. You're going to be paired with a professional chef, and we're so excited to see what you're going to be baking for us. What advice do you have for others hoping to still enter?
You must do it like you're doing it for the TV.
Do it like you're doing it for the TV. Sounds good. That's great advice. I love that. Lorraine, congratulations. We can't wait to see you here in the Expresso kitchen, whipping up that delicious festive bake. Of course, congratulations. How incredible is that? We're going to have a live bake-off. It's always such a treat. And you are here to show us some inspiration for those who are still hoping to enter.
Well, I must tell you, and Lorraine, if you're still watching and listening, something that's really exciting, that's how I got into this kitchen, was because I entered a baking competition. And that is how I met some of the team from Espresso. So, it's been 10 years, guys, so very grateful.
How exciting.
So, you know, you never know when these things happen. So, on the note of that, on celebrating, we are making donuts. How cute is that box of donuts?
Oh, that box
so
is
cute.
incredible. And I mean, you are here. You are our
Thank you.
professional masterclass chef for today.
Well, thank you. You're very sweet. Well, we're going to start. The most important part of the donuts is obviously the activation of the yeast. It is very important to get that fluffy texture when you bite into a donut. So how we start with that is we've got some warm water. We've got some yeast. You want your yeast to be as fresh as possible. So if you're making donuts or bread, buy your yeast kind of like within a couple of days or on the day of making. We're gonna pop that together, as well as about 2 teaspoons worth of our sugar that we have here.
So obviously yeast loves sugar.
Yes.
It helps, it feeds off the sugar, and that's what's really gonna get it activated. And salt is what kills yeast.
Yes, exactly. So there is no salt.
There's no salt in this recipe. We want all the fluffiness. We want the yeast to do its job.
Exactly. And how you know when it's ready is it's going to start bubbling. So we're going to kind of put that aside for now. And then basically once that is ready, obviously we're on a bit of a time constraint today, so I want to just explain briefly. Once your yeast is bubbling, we're going to add our buttermilk. We've got an egg, which we're going to lightly whisk up. We've got some melted butter. It's very simple. You then kind of make your liquid, and then we add our sugar, I'll just add it for now, into our flour, and you're gonna give it a bit of a stir, just so it's all combined nicely, and you make a well in the center. In the meantime, I'm gonna stop, because this is what our dough is gonna look like.
This is what our dough is going to look like, and this is what we're frying our donuts.
We are frying our donuts today. So this is also called proofing. It's when it rises. You want it to rise, and like nice and fluffy. Like how beautiful is that yeast looking? Oh, so we're gonna take some of this out. Oh,
so you have to have strong hands for this.
And a glass bowl that you're not gonna knock off the counter because you weren't concentrating. So thank you for helping with that.
Oh, no worries.
We're gonna just do a lightly floured surface. We've got our dough, and all we're gonna do now is we're gonna roll our dough out to be like 1 to 2 centimeter thickness. Because then we're going to cut our shapes today. We got circle shapes today.
We're going to go for circle shapes. I just have to touch on, you are using our Golden Cloud cake flour, and I mean, it's incredible what it is. It's so versatile, and you really can, it's great for baking, it's great for cooking, and there we go.
No, it's a beautiful flour, I must say. It's the only flour that I use at home when I'm baking. It's just always fresh. I've never, ever had a recipe that has flopped with it. It's just always very, very good quality. So I could not recommend it more.
Okay. So while you are rolling out the dough, getting going with cutting out our round shapes, I just want to remind you that you could be one of 5 finalists competing for the grand prize of 50,000 Rand in cash. Now, the winning contestant and chef duo will be crowned live on Expresso, and to enter, bake with Golden Cloud and Beacon, snap a picture and share your bake using hashtag Golden Baker Search 2022. Lorraine did that, and that's how she became our first finalist. If you do that, who knows, you could be our next finalist. You can also WhatsApp those entries to 078 102 0321, and stay tuned over the next few days to get more tips and tricks on how to make your entry bake stand out from the rest. We have Gabby here showing us now how to fry.
We're going to fry our donuts today. Yeah, so all we're going to do is obviously put on a slotted spoon. You've got hot oil, which you've now preheated. Are we going to do this?
While you're doing that, I've got the finished one, and this is now where you can get the kids involved. Really is fun. You can bake, and what are we going to do? A little reindeer?
So I think we'll do a little reindeer. So we're going to dip in the chocolate. And we've got the cute little pretzels, which we're going to use as the ears.
A reindeer.
You did that really beautifully. Well done.
Thank you. I tried. We'll do the little pretzels.
Yes, and we're going to do a little pink nose.
A pink nose. Let's grab some eyes for our reindeer.
So we're using our Beacon all sorts.
Look at that.
Oh, that's adorable.
That is adorable. Thank you.
And I think we're also going to do, what was the other one we're doing? The snowman.
We can do a snowman, but I mean, it just shows you the creativity and the fun you can have with Golden Cloud and Beacon, and really get as creative as possible. And we'll be holding fingers for you, because who knows, you will be cooking live on Expresso.
Sensodyne, repair, and protect with deep repair. The science is pretty amazing. It really goes deep and repairs tooth sensitivity. The science is there. It's going to improve their quality of life in a big way. This is the first thing I recommend.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. A happy Monday to you if you've just joined us. And guess who's just joined us? Legendary comedian, actor, qualified businessman, MC. Have I forgotten anything, Mr. Wayne McKay?
No, it's just a bit of everything.
He's here in the building and he's colouring in our Monday. Of course, he'll be part of a very, very special event happening on the 27th of November.
correct, yeah.
Of course, the Festival of Lights.
Yes.
Are you excited yet?
Beyond.
Absolutely. All right, now, of course, we've got something very special coming up. Have you seen that young man over there? He goes by the name Will Lindley.
Oh,
and he'll be giving us some live performances right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. He'll be part of the big event as well. But you know this because
I am fully definitely, most definitely, yeah.
Absolutely. But look at the time.
Yes.
Nearly 8 o'clock. What does that
mean? It means now for the news with Zoe Brown.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, let's take a final look at those headlines. Starting with national news. The Western Cape Education Department says contingency plans have been put in place to ensure that the taxi strike planned for today and tomorrow does not affect the matric examination. Provincial Minister of Education David Mania said 2 subjects taken by many matrics, life science and geography, will be written today and tomorrow. Examination centres and the relevant matrics have been informed of the plans. He says matrics must arrange alternative transport in time. Schools will make facilities available for transport or accommodation where possible. And staying with local news, Skukuza Regional Court has sentenced a convicted rhino poacher, Sipho Khoza, to a total of 52 years in prison. He was arrested in the Kruger National Park in September of this year and also in December 2016 in the Stolzneck section of the park. Sandparks yesterday welcomed the heavy sentencing just days after another rhino poacher was successfully convicted and sentenced to 17 years in prison in the Skukuza Regional Court. Khoza is set to serve 34 years of some of his sentences that will run concurrently. Moving to news abroad, Kenya is set to import its first genetically modified maize. The Trade Cabinet Secretary has said as the government seeks to ease food shortages caused by the country's worst drought in 40 years. Local media reported that Kenya will this week authorize the duty-free importation of 10 million bags of maize over the next 6 months, and for the first time it will include genetically modified maize. The imports will be the first since President William Ruto lifted a decade-long ban last month on the cultivation and importation of genetically modified crops. Staying with news abroad, Britain's new Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, made his first visit to Kiev this weekend, pledging to continue the firm support for Ukraine that was a focus of his predecessors and providing a new air defense package to help down Russian drones. "We're with you all the way," Sunak said on Twitter. He said Britain would provide a new £50 million package that includes anti-aircraft guns and technology such as radar to counter drone attacks. Britain also said it would increase the training it provides to Ukraine's armed forces. Now, staying with news abroad, in Manhattan, New York, the holiday cheer has officially arrived in the form of the 2022 Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. The 25-meter-tall Norway spruce arrived at Rockefeller Plaza from Queensbury in upstate New York, more than 300 kilometers from the Big Apple. The Norway spruce was donated by Neil Lebowitz of Queensbury. Now, Rockefeller Center Chief Gardener Eric Pauser said and noticed the magnificent beauty when visiting Queensbury and saw it standing tall on Lebowitz's property. Lebowitz said he couldn't believe that the Rockefeller Center had wanted his tree. He said, and I quote, "If it can bring a smile and awe to a little child or help cure up somebody who's experiencing a little blue, it's all worth it." Now, the tree will be decorated with more than 50,000 multicolored LED lights, more decor, and a 3-dimensional Swarovski star before the official lighting ceremony on Wednesday. The Rockefeller Center has a rich tradition dating back to 1931 of erecting Christmas trees in its plaza. Well, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Here's a final look at your traffic and weather.
So I just want to prefix this traffic report. This is dedicated to Will Linley. This one's for you, buddy. Let's start in Roodepoort in Johannesburg. There is congestion on the N1 southbound, unfortunately. That's at the William Nicol Drive off-ramp. You can expect massive delays there. Please keep a safe following distance if you're in the throes of that. Then in Brackenfell down in Cape Town, there is congestion on the R300 northbound at Old Paarl. You can expect delays there as well. Moving to Khayelitsha in Cape Town, there is a protest action in Khayelitsha at the moment at Site B. This is due to the taxi strike in the Western Cape currently playing out. Please avoid this area if you can and use an alternative mode of transport this morning. And that's all we've got for you today. Please stay safe out on the roads. Let's get into the weather. Well, it seems this has been a historic year for the planet. In fact, another historic deal has been struck at the UN's COP27 summit in Egypt that will see rich nations pay poorer countries for damage and economic losses caused by climate change. It's massive. It ends almost 30 years of waiting by nations facing huge climate impacts. This year's talks come close to collapse, and lukewarm applause met the historic moment. The Loss and Damage Fund was agreed on in the early hours of yesterday morning. Some fortitude needed for this one, I think. It is, however, a huge symbolic and political statement from developed nations that long resisted a fund that covers climate impacts such as flooding and drought. And on the flip side, developed nations were left dissatisfied over progress on cutting fossil fuels. Nations and groups, including the UK and EU and New Zealand, are unhappy with compromises on fossil fuels and curbing climate change. The final overarching deal did not include commitments to phase down or reduce the use of fossil fuels. So clearly still work to be done in that space. Now let's flip the script and add a little bit of sunshine, your sunshine in fact, to the morning. Isa out in East London captured this shot from the top of a mountain overlooking some pretty spectacular views. Greenery to fluffy clouds, absolutely incredible. Where do you live? Eunice Summersell sent in this beam of light between the leaves out in Rand Park Ridge whilst enjoying a morning cuppa. That's my old hood. And of course, Zana from Randfontein snapped this shot of a beautifully clear blue sky from her garden before heading out to start her day. Hope it's a spectacular one. Then last up, we've got this graceful video sent in from Jessie, showing off the whales playing in the water out in Preston Beach this beautiful Tuesday morning. Wow, you guys have the most amazing hood. Well done. Thank you so much. Keep those pictures and videos coming. We'd love to hear from you. It is a brand new day with brand new temperatures to look forward to, so let's dive right in. Starting in Polokwane, 15 your low going up to a high of 27. Moving to Mbombela, 16 your low going up to 28. Pretoria, 14 and 26 your range. Johannesburg, 13 and 25. Mahikeng, you kickstart your day on 18 degrees going up to 29. Klerksdorp ranging between 16 and 31. Similarly in Kimberley, 18 and 31 your range. Bloem, 13 your low going up to 29. Richards Bay ranging between 20 and 25. Pietermaritzburg 17 and 29. Down in Durbs, your low 22 going up to 24. Umtata 17 your low going up to 30. East London 20 and 28 your range for the day. In Cradock, your low 16 going up to 35 degrees. A scorcher out there. Abacha, 18 your low going up to 23. George ranging between 14 and 19, moderate day for you. In the mother city, similarly moderate, 17 your low going up to only 20. Then it kicks into a higher gear as we move inland to Worcester, 13 your low going up to 33 degrees. Then in Sutherland, 10 is your low going up to 29 degrees. And Uppington, put your hand up, the hottest spot in the country, 20 is your low, going up to a very hot 36 degrees. With, albeit a 25% chance of rain, but just please be careful out in those peak sunlight hours. And as we always say, regardless of the weather, make sure it's a beautiful day.
It's time to meet our next guest, a local legend and stand-up comedian. And of course, he's known as an actor as well, a radio presenter, master of ceremonies, a qualified businessman as well. Best known for his Wheelies video clip on YouTube that has been circulating around the globe, as well as cracking up an audience with his stories about growing up in the Cape Flats. Of course, I'm talking about none other than Mr. Wayne McKay. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Celebrate. Yululay.
Thank you.
Great to have you here.
Thank you so much, Kat, and the rest of it. Thank you. I'll pay you guys a bit later on, but it's nice to see you all. Thanks, man.
I've been enjoying our little chats behind the scenes
about
being dads and stuff like that. But you're an absolute superhero when I think about all the things that you've been telling me that you are involved in and how it is that you are running your life. Talk to me about where it all began for you. Obviously, you're here now, but your foray into the entertainment business.
Well, it basically started obviously from school already.
Yeah.
From high school, you know, being involved in a lot of productions, and that's basically where you know, it was kind of. It kind of worked out that way, going to drama school, etc. And then I could see, well, this is something I'd like to do. But obviously there's studies involved. You've got to go do studies and etc. And working in the business world as well, in print, in media.
Right.
But it was always in the background of my mind. And in between I was doing shows here and there and traveling different spots around the country. And I loved it.
Yes.
But eventually, obviously, when I had the opportunity to do comedy, well, the approach came from a corporate company way back in 2007, and they said, "Can you do this?" And I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" In fact, they were rolling out a sexual harassment policy, and they wanted me to do a bit of, it was called industrial theatre.
Right.
Instead of doing comedy, kind of do a role play in terms of that. So I did it for a corporate company, and that's kind of how it basically started. But even before that, busy with just doing stand-up in clubs. So
I wonder what you would say is the secret of converting that initial opportunity and that initial passion into an actual career that is long-lasting for those would-be entertainers that are watching right now. What would you say is that secret of making that click?
I think it's just to be passionate in terms of what you want to do. Right. Find out, get information. Just look out for, not just besides the opportunities that is there, but coming from a business world, corporates are very particular what they want and always go according to the brief. So whether you're working with corporate, because I'm a community person, I love coming from a community, working with community. Right. There's, if you are up and coming, don't just think, listen, this is where it works for me. If you're going to another environment, work according to that environment and work according to that. So if you've got an agent or if you've got someone that can assist you with that, that'll be great. But just follow that. I think that is the best way to go.
Yeah, you're talking about your love for community, and you do certainly showcase that love on your radio station, on your radio show, on Bush Radio. You had for quite some time a weekly show with Premier.
It was more of a monthly show. Yeah, during
update. Talk to me about just the overall spectrum of topics that you cover on your radio show.
Well, at Bush Radio, for example, we cover everything from gender-based violence. It's very much, as I mentioned, very much into the community. In terms of law, and just to inform the communities out there what there is to offer and what they can do for those that don't have the opportunity to reach out and etc. And the Premier, obviously with COVID, as COVID came, he came in for a half-an-hour program just to inform the community and everyone that was listening with regards to how we're going to go about this and etc. How to protect themselves. It's a whole thing because everyone had questions. And he loved the half-an-hour discussion, and he said, listen, let's do an hour monthly, and that's how for 2 years we did it, and now it's come back quarterly to give an update on other things as well that's happening in and around the
quarterly update.
Yes, with the Premier.
And now you have yet again another opportunity to bring smiles to locals and all those who are visiting the Mother City, because you are going to be the host with the most on the stage of the Festival of Lights in Cape Town.
Definitely. Absolute an honor. The last time I had that opportunity was in 2019. And of course we expected about 80,000 people, between 80 and 90,000 people to rock up at the Grand Parade. And just over 100,000 people just graced the entire Grand Parade. So it was quite hectic, overwhelming, but we loved it. And also there's a lot of energy. So I'm not just the MC. You got to do a bit of everything. Dance, you dance, you sing, I do that. And at 54, I still have to do what I need to do in terms of getting the crowds going. So it's myself and Shumi Isaacs that will be entertaining the crowds.
Oh, my word. What a lineup. Well, it's such a pleasure having you here.
Massive.
Good luck on the 27th of November.
That's right.
When you light up the Mother City and bring all kinds of joy and just absolute amazing energy to everyone there. And speaking of somebody who will be doing exactly that too, Will Lindley is standing by.
That's right, and we can't wait till Sunday. We have to bring you performances right now because Will Lindley is standing by with his next song. Please enjoy Kill All My Feelings. Take it away.
I've been keeping the same old secrets for the last 6 weeks, and now I'm in pieces, cause we tell each other everything. This time I'm gonna overthink complicated situations. Now my head's spinning, got no patience, yeah. You said he's not your type, but now he's over every night. Oh, please don't call me when he's not around. It puts my head in a state, yeah, when we're alone at your place, yeah. Why do I want what I can't have? When you fall in love, I'm defeated. Wish I could kill all my feelings. I can't cool down, can't sleep through the night. I see your face on my ceiling. Wish I could kill all my feelings so I could try to move on, but don't think I'll get too far, cause I find you in everybody. The look of your stare, the way it stops me. Please don't call me when he's not around. It puts my head in a state, yeah, when we're alone at your place, yeah. What you do, I want what I can't have. When you fall in love, I'm defeated. Wish I could kill all my feelings. I can't cool down, can't sleep through the night. I see your face on my ceiling. Wish I could kill all my feelings. Get it together, put it together. Get it together, put it together. Get it together, put it together. Wish I could kill all my feelings. I see you ghost riding shotgun. One day we'll stop trying to outrun that second guessing. It keeps on messing with me and you. Don't wanna ruin the friendship, but don't wanna numb all my senses. That second guessing, it keeps on messing with me and you. Why do I want what I can't have? When you fall in love, I'm defeated. Wish I could kill all my feelings. I can't cool down, can't sleep through the night. I see your face on my ceiling. Wish I could kill all my feelings. Get it together, put it together. Get it together, put it together. Get it together, put it together. Wish I could kill all my feelings. Get it together, put it together. Get it together, put it together. You fall in love, I'm defeated. Wish I could kill all my feelings.
On your feel-good breakfast show. Don't kill all your feelings, maybe just the bad ones, but don't go anywhere because Will Lindley has more performances, in fact, one more that is lined up for you before we end off your feel-good breakfast show.
You too can win big with Tropica. Buy a Tropica promo pack, follow the details, enter, and stand a chance to win your share of thousands of smooth prizes, such as airtime, data, AEG fridges, Island Tribe hampers, Rest Assured beds, plus limited edition Tropica bags, towels, tents, cooler bags, and cushions. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you stand to win. Tropica, nothing smoother.
How you feeling? Oh, I don't know.
Over the microphone, can you just, yeah, there we go. As long as
Let me put it this side.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we are all about living our best confident lives. Now, when women take care of their health, they become their own best friend. And here to give us some guidance on the feminine wellness range, GynaGuard is brand manager Zizipho Quma. It's so great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
And GynaGuard is one of those brands that they really want to create products that make women feel comfortable in their own skin. Let's talk about the brand new range of panty liners that GynaGuard has.
I'm so excited about our new panty liners out there. So as you know, GynaGuard is the leading brand when it comes to feminine hygiene intimate care. So we've recently launched our beautiful panty liners that comes in packs of 20s and 40s. What is so nice about our panty liners is that they're so super absorbent. They've got a top cover of cotton, which has great absorbent, and also, again, as GynaGuard, and you know we are known for odor control, so our panty liners have tea tree leaves extract, which then makes it possible for them to block the odor, so that what makes it super amazing. And also, I think I can say that, you know, panty liners, since it's something that you wear most often for a few hours, they have a supernatural undies feel, so you don't feel that you're wearing a panty liner. That's how comfortable they are.
That is incredible. I mean, just hearing what the panty liners is all about, you've touched on some of the main benefits, but which benefits would you highlight? I say these are the main benefits of the GynaGuard panty liners.
The main benefits for me, if I were to just sum it up in a few lines, 2 or 3, I would say great absorbent. They are super, super great absorbent because they've got a wet technology which allows it to absorb whether it's your leakages or your discharge, absorb it very fast, and also it keeps you fresh and dry all day long if you're wearing our panty liners. So that's one of the key benefits, the wet technology that we have, which we pride ourselves in. And also, again, as I've said, the odor block, the tea tree leaves, we all know they're good for odor block. So those are the few things that panty liners, GynaGuard panty liners are good for. And also the fact of knowing that they are dermatologically tested, so which means it's safe for your skin, it's gentle on your skin, it has been dermatologically tested for irritation, for discomfort, so it's such a breeze to wear it.
And you know what, wearing a panty liner, you want to feel comfortable doing that, so it's amazing to know that you've just touched on all the benefits that people are looking for in a panty liner. Now, wearing combining products, does the panty liners work well with the rest of the GynaGuard range?
I would say absolutely, they work well. You know, our GynaGuard range is used mostly for the washes that we have, where we are leading in the washes, and we are trusted by many ladies out there. But you can possibly use it with the panty liners because a wash is something that you do at home, right? You take a shower or bath, and you use our trusted range of the washes. But panty liners is that confident for you that you use on the go to keep you fresh all day long. And also, it's something that you can decide. I mean, it's entirely up to one whether you want to wear it every day. Just make sure that you change it as frequently as possible so that you avoid irritation from sweatness and everything. But you can use it in between your periods for unexpected period leak or your leakages or discharges. And the other thing that most ladies use panty liners for is to cover your underwear from the discharges, to protect it so that your underwear doesn't get bleached because of the discharges that you may have every now and then, because obviously you're a woman, your body goes through changes, you know, and as we know, our internal organ is a self-cleansing organ, so there might be secretions that comes out and then they damage your panty liner. So GynaGuard is making sure that with the panty liners that we give, we're giving women back their confidence so that you can always feel confidence about yourself, more so about your intimate area.
Oh, well, Azizi, it's so great having you here. Thank you for talking about the GynaGuard range as well as the brand new panty liner range that you have. And with summer here, we need to ensure that we have the right products to add to our self-care list. And luckily, GynaGuard has feminine hygiene mastered. Now, stand the chance of winning 1,000 Rand cash with GynaGuard and simply reply to the competition post that is on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter page page and name one of the benefits that Zizipo just mentioned of the GynaGuard panty liners range. And don't forget to include that hashtag GynaGuard and hashtag feminine wellness. Now, the competition will close on the 29th of December. There are some T's and C's that can be found on our website, expressoshow.com. Good luck.
GynaGuard, feminine hygiene mastered.
Well, listen, it's always worth going that extra mile for someone really special in your life. And Panado is giving you the chance to win a cash prize of 2,000 Rand weekly. And all you have to do is reply to the Facebook or Instagram or Twitter post and nominate someone close to you who has shown great care in your life over the past year and who you think deserves their own dose of care.
Because someone out there guaranteed does. They just need the acknowledgement, and it's 2 grand. It's going to help as well. And we've got the next lucky winner on the line right now. Let's get a drum roll, please. Congratulations, Lucian Well done. So, and this was the message. So it was for you, partner. Terry Lee commented on the post saying this, and this is love. My partner, Lucian Swartz, has made so many sacrifices this past year to the benefit of us and our little family. And that, to me, has meant a great deal, especially considering the lengths he would go to make sure we are happy, healthy and satisfied. Hashtag Panado SA, hashtag a dose of care.
Love that.
That's love, man.
Absolutely love that. So we have them both on the line. Oh, very good morning, you two. How are you?
Good morning. Good. Can't complain. Good morning. Good. Thank you.
The nation is looking at your beautiful faces right now. Terry Lee, tell us a little bit about the person that you have nominated to receive this dose of care and a bit of love.
Oh, man,
as well.
he's a great person. He's very charismatic, hardworking. I can't speak enough good about him. Obviously, everybody has their faults, and but I mean, he does everything to the best of his ability to make sure that we sorted and that we are. I don't even have the words to say this and to nominate him to this is because, we don't always say thank you enough, or we don't always appreciate, or it might seem like we don't appreciate it, but we do. And he deserves to go out there and just take care of himself and do what he wants to a little bit, and to not have to worry about us at home for once. So, yeah.
Sure. Oh, we love that. What you forgot to add to the list was he's also devilishly good looking, eh? Lucian, buddy, clearly you are getting the job done, my friend. What does a dose of care mean to you? What are you going to do to take care of yourself, my friend?
My man, I'm still not sure, to be honest with you. I'm still thinking about taking care of my family. That is the thing. It's all on my mind, My family comes first. That is the thing, So to be honest with me, family first. That is my thing. I'm still going to sacrifice. I'm still going to do what I got to do for the family,
Of course you are, brother. Of course you are, because you're that kind of guy. We love both of you. Congratulations. Just please make sure he spends a little bit of that money on himself. But go and have the most amazing family day. You guys seem like such an awesome unit together. Oh, your family is beautiful, man. So congratulations to both of you. Go and enjoy your dose of care.
Absolutely. The best way to celebrate the people who go beyond, above and beyond for us is by just doting on them every now and then. And of course, you can enter our Dose of Care festive competition and stand a chance to nominate our very next winner. And here's how you can do so.
This festive season is about spreading love, joy and care. So Panado wants to share a dose of care with someone close to you to the value of 2,000 Rand. Reply to the Expresso Facebook, Instagram and Twitter pages. Nominate someone close to you who has shown great care in your life over the past year and who you think now deserves their own dose of care. The Expresso team will choose the most deserving winners. Don't forget to include hashtag Panado SA and hashtag a dose of care. Don't miss the Dose of Care festive competition running from November the 14th to December the 7th on expressoshow.com. T's and C's apply.
Catch part 1 of the grand finale of Colour Your Plate with Coup this Tuesday evening at 7 as Thuli, Corin and Tabisho battle it out for the title.
We want to be taken on a flavor journey.
I've never felt this, dear my gosh.
Let's get this moment of life.
I just want mommy to win.
After weeks of challenges, it all comes down to this. Who will be crowned Mzansi's next cooking star?
Worked for me.
That's Colour Your Plate with Coup, Tuesday evenings at 7, only on SABC2.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
So earlier this morning, we asked you if you had a chance to spot the recent meteor sighting that landed in Johannesburg on Sandton Drive and William Nicol this past weekend. It's a bird. It's a plane. Well, actually, it's Game's Black Friday deals, which have landed right here on planet Earth with some out-of-this-world deals that are never going to be seen again. Catherine Madley, Vice President of Marketing at Game, joins us via video call to let us in on the big event. Catherine, always a pleasure to see you. A great chance for us to chat about what is a meteoric moment for Game. I'm ready for this.
It really is a meteoric moment. It's a comet. It's a comet that's landed, and a comet is something that is never ever seen. It's maybe seen once in a lifetime, just like these Black Friday deals are really, really never, ever, ever going to be seen again. They are on the 25th of November. They are online. They are in our shops across Africa. You don't want to miss it. They are going to be unbelievable.
And I feel that because you've used such a great parallel, something like a comet or a meteor, because everybody wants to run outside and go see it when it happens. And I feel like everybody wants to run into a game to actually be there and see it, because you want to take as much opportunities as possible to get those deals. But what has the public's reaction been like towards this stunt, so to speak, or should we say meteor sighting?
Customers love it. Customers have fond memories. Some of the older customers have fond memories of Halley's Comet, which was in 1986, and they know that was once in a lifetime. So they are able to, look at the parallel of this once in a lifetime, never, ever, ever going to be seen again, meteor. It's a metaphor for Games deals, and then we look forward to opening our shops at midnight on the 25th of November. And our online website will be opened at midnight on the 25th of November for never, ever, ever seen before deals. It's going to be our biggest Black Friday of all time.
Woo! A meteor, metaphor, we want some more, Catherine. It's as simple as that. We're looking forward to seeing what type of deals are there. But of course, we have to be there on the 25th, 12 o'clock. I feel that that's a bold opening time, but it's exciting. And that's exactly what we've needed over the past couple of years. Good excitement, great deals, and of course, thereafter, a blessed festive season. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I'm sure customers must have been banging on your door already thinking like, please tell me the TVs aren't discounted. I need a microwave. Give me a fridge. What's happening here? So, I mean, are you going to be dropping any sort of teasers as to what, could come through during this meteoric moment for you at Game?
Yeah, so we've been running a competition for about 4 weeks now. So we know what customers want. And we've had over 100,000 entries of customers telling us what they want on Black Friday. So our response to Black Friday is exactly what people want. And I'll just say that if you are in the market for laptops, TVs, washing machines, cell phones, fridges, freezers, stoves, air fryers, anything for load shedding, irons, kettles, hair dryers, garden, pool, bicycles, gym equipment, things for baby, and lots of groceries, don't miss it.
What? The list? I feel like that was the biggest flex ever. That's bigger than a meteor. That list of discounted offers, that is just, it makes anybody really want to run into Game on the 25th. Now, I've also heard via rumor that you're also bringing back the price beat promise for Game's Black Friday deals. I feel like we need to discuss this in a little more detail. What is that about?
So I've been running Price Beat for 52 years. It's not going to go away. We are unbeatable. But there is only one Black Friday. It's on the 25th of November, and it's at Game. If by chance you see something at another shop that's cheaper than us, by chance, that will also be like a comet, a very, very rare sighting. But if you do see something that is cheaper than us, that's exactly the same as one of our products, we will not only match, but we'll beat that price by 10% on the difference.
And I think, you know, what you've done here is that you've done Black Friday in the best way possible. You've made this moment where I feel like it feels like a tourist attraction at every game. You just want to go there to see what's going on. And that's exactly what the feelings are like. And also, if you understand the consumers, you know, we've been battered and bruised over the past 2 years. So for a company like Game to come to our rescue in a way and allow us this moment, I think that's the most special thing about bringing everybody together, getting the things we need, getting the gifts we need, and of course having the best festive ever with a meteoric Game Black Friday. I think that's the perfect tonic for any end of year.
Absolutely. We are welcoming everybody back. We're looking forward to it. There really is something for everybody. Please do come to our stores, come to our website. Enjoy the magic of Black Friday. There's a lot of stock, but don't miss it, because when it's gone, it's gone. We open from midnight and we'll be trading all day long. We'll see you there.
That's brilliant. Catherine, thank you so much for joining us and teasing us, because now we can't wait for the 25th of November. But all the best with the sales, the deals, and of course, we'll see you at midnight on the 25th.
Definitely. Definitely. Look forward to it.
With store opening hours Monday to Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 9 to 5, and Sunday and public holidays from 9 to 4. What are you waiting for? It's Black Friday at Game. Don't miss it.
Thank you, Catherine and Carl. I suppose after that prelude, we got to do it. We got to talk money, because Black Friday is upon us. That's actually Friday the 25th of November, in case you missed it. And whilst all of the stores and websites are going to be hypnotizing us with sales deals, it is up to you guys to stay strong and only buy the items that you've planned for and, most importantly, budgeted for. And that's exactly what we're going to try to work on for the next 4 minutes, guys, okay? So it's almost there. 2 weeks to go. Wish list, anything changed? Does something come onto the radar zone?
No, my wish list is still the same items for the bathroom. So towels, you know, towels.
Love it. Kat, you look like you've got something else in the closet.
No, I told you about this last week. You and Carl spoke about just getting, like, I want to get back into an active lifestyle. And
the fitness watch is coming.
Yeah, exactly. It's contributing to the entire ecosystem of, like, you know, medical aids and all those things. So, yeah, I'm about that.
That's a valuable investment. You don't have to keep talking it up, bro.
That's true, right? I'm still trying to justify.
Earn the right, bro. Earn the right, buddy. You can do it. Online or in store? Because the stores kind of scare me on Black Friday. Black Friday, it scares me. It's like, oh.
I think, you know, I can capitalize on previewing the towels that I want and then just buying it online. So I can avoid the chaos, but still get that in-store feeling of textures, but then be smart and do it online.
Great. So someone else is going to buy towels that you've felt up in store, which is great.
You know, I like the idea of somebody delivering the package to me, and then it's like wrapped up. And then, like, Mr. Mabu, we have a package for you. And then you get it, and you're like, oh, I wonder what it is. You know what it is. You're like, oh. And then the unboxing thing. Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. So I'll go online just for that.
Okay, so this being said, these are things that you kind of need at the moment. So I kind of get the answer here. More things that you need, maybe replace that broken things, self-care stuff, or is it about looking for something that you wouldn't ordinarily buy on a Black Friday?
For me, it's now about what I need. So I did say when I renovate the bathroom, I'll buy the new towel. Because, you know, you can hold on to a towel a lot longer than you should. So I did say it's time to get rid of the towels and actually just start off with a clean slate. So I do need new towels. So for me, it's a need.
Did you throw all your towels out?
Anybody who wants to give Zoe free towels, this is your moment right now.
They just drip dry, they're freezing. Come on, man, I love it. Okay, given all of this honesty time here, because it's getting real now, how susceptible are you, number 1 to 10, to an impulse buy? Because you're going to see things, they're going to come up, they're going to be on your timeline, they're going to be bombarding you.
11.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
So basically everything we've spoken about has been a lie. Okay.
I try, but I'm impulsive.
11.
Okay, no, but admitting the problem is the first step. Okay?
I've actually gotten very good at looking at an item that I want and then going, And I say this to the people in the shop as well. I just need to quickly just go think about it. And then I do. And then 90% of the time I never come back.
Yeah. And then they hunt you down, man. Now, the key thing is be honest with yourself. You can joke about it with your mates, but you know how much budget you have. Black Friday is this Friday, but the deals will start to creep in this week and they'll probably extend for a few weeks. Our advice, take advantage of the incredible discounts, but work out a wish list and a budget. We say it all the time, so that you don't end up spending recklessly on maybe that new TV that you don't necessarily need, but you really, really want. And for all Nedbank and American Express cardholders, of course, every time you swipe for 500 Rand or more, you get one entry closer to winning your share of 100 million in greenbacks. So get swiping and cross those lucky fingers.
And if you want to give Zoe towels, now's the time.
Check it out. It's 4 months. Seriously. Yeah, seriously.
Come catch me on the next level. Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. 'Tis the season of giving, and Citrus Soda, in proud association with Adcock Ingram OTC, the sponsors of Brave, are giving away 2,000 Rand to our lucky viewers daily. And this week we wanted to hear about the bubbliest people you know and what makes them so bubbly.
Well, it's time for us to announce our next winner. Can we get a drum roll, please? Congratulations, Sibusiso Dluli Lisa, good morning. Well, Sibusiso said this: the bubbliest person that I know is my neighbor, Noluvuyo, because she is the kind of person, when she is around, you will always notice that she is full of jokes too. Hashtag Citro Soda.
We all need a neighbor like that, and we've got Sibusiso on the line right now. Very good morning. How are you, sir?
Fine, and you?
Oh, very good, man. Loving the cool profile pic. You are moving coolly into the new week with a small cash prize as well. Congratulations. How does it feel to be a winner?
I'm feeling very happy, man. It's exciting. And, you know, these are the big days to December, so it will, you know, contribute a lot, man.
No, definitely. Definitely.
Yes.
What do you love most about Citro Soda?
Yes, man. You know, it's a very cool and it's a very cool drink that, you know, I always want to buy when I go for shopping, and it's always in my basket, you know. And we love it at home, and you will always find it in our fridge, man.
Yeah, you need it. The family relies on it, man. You got the money coming your way, festive season around the corner. As you said, what are you going to spend the money on?
Yes, man. Looking at my walls, you know, they are so dirty. You know, I will go and buy paint so that I can paint my walls in and out.
Brilliant.
And, you know, buy a new stove, a gas stove, man.
Oh, Sibusiso, enjoy it. I think it's the time, definitely, to do all that DIY around the house, especially with the festive season. Oh, well, it's wonderful. Enjoy your festive season without the fear of heartburn or indigestion holding you back, and you stand a chance to win 2,000 Rand daily, and here's how. Make the most of your festive season and celebrate without the fear of heartburn or indigestion spoiling it. Citro Soda's daily giveaway of 2,000 Rand cash will let you fizz up your fun. Citro Soda is in proud association with Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave. Enter every Monday to Friday, November 14th to December 16th.
Yeah, and answer the weekly competition question on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page, and include the hashtag Citro Soda. Now, your T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com, and that's Citro Soda, available in original and cranberry.
Now, during the festive season, many of us will be enjoying increased social activity, of course, which often includes a lot of eating. And this can result in symptoms like heartburn and indigestion. But thankfully, this is what Citro Soda is indicated to relieve, making it an ideal choice. So you can enjoy your treats like these delicious cranberry and lemon dessert bars that we are about to make. Alongside Gabby, so good to see you. Are you well?
Good, and you?
Good. Is the family good?
It's so good.
Have you made them these before?
I have not.
Really?
We try, yeah. We usually keep these for the adults, and if Gaia sees you making them, then she will.
Ah, because she's got a very interesting habit with regards to her choice in food lately.
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
Well, let's get into them. Okay, what do we need?
So, super simple.
Yeah.
You know, we always try and make things easy for everybody, especially when you're making this at home. It's actually a great recipe to make with the kids because you can give them that kind of this job to do, and then you do the next job.
Excellent.
But essentially, we're doing it as like a biscuit base. So we've got some flour here. We've got some sugar that we're going to put together, and just a little pinch of salt, just for the texture, not
flavor.
texture. Texture.
You could, you know, we don't judge. We don't judge.
Some people don't know.
Salt for the texture.
Yeah, not the right word.
You're adding way too much salt if you're adding salt for texture.
No, it's backtrack. I was going to need lots of citrus soda, actually. You know what? Anyways, so we're now adding our melted butter.
Lovely stuff.
And we've got a little bit of vanilla over here.
Lovely.
And we're just going to kind of mix that all in together with your flour. And then in the meantime, if you want to start on the next step, which is super easy, you've got also some sugar there. And you're literally going to add your flour, your eggs, and your lemon juice, and you're just going to whisk that all together.
So this would be, if that is the biscuity base...
This is the lemony custard vibe for on top of that.
Okay, cool. There goes our eggs and some lemon jus.
Yeah, and if you want to, you also can kind of get messy and put your hands in this to knead it. If you don't feel like, you know...
Okay, wait, I need to break these yolks a little bit and then...
So I'm making our little dough.
Okay, good. You do that.
And then all we basically do is once our dough is done, we're going to put it into our lined baking tray. And you're going to press it down
Yes,
you
to
kind
make
of-
sure it's nice and compact.
Nice and exactly. And then you kind of pop that into the oven. So you can see we got a nice little like biscuit like crumble vibe here.
There we
Let's
go.
just use my hands.
Okay. Now, while you're doing that, let me tell you at home, of course, we're talking citrus soda. Very, very important that when you are taking it, those granules should then be poured into a glass of water. And it should be taken on an empty stomach once the granules have dissolved. And citrus soda can, of course, help reduce that gastric acidity, making it an ideal choice for those who suffer from gastric acid-related conditions as well. So you can enjoy the festive season properly with citrus soda by your side.
I mean, like, what is like the one that you indulge in, do you find, during the festive season?
What are you saying? What do I
Like in
indulge in?
general, like I know Christmas Day is just like,
Oh,
for us, it's
man.
just like those potatoes.
Just over, oh yes.
Yeah, crispy potatoes.
I'm just like, pack my plate full of braai meat though. Just whatever's come from the wooden fire. There we go. So that's gonna go on top once we
Yes,
have...
so once I've done the rest of it, but you want to bake this first. Obviously, I'm going to still finish this.
Yes.
But we pop that in the oven first. Once that's been done for about 15 minutes, we're going to pour over this custard.
And our jam?
Oh, sorry, you were... I missed a very important step. After this has been done, jam first, then custard.
There we go, so that it actually kind of
Then.
stays on top. And once
Pop
you're done
it
with
back
that,
in the oven.
go ahead,
And we
sprinkle
already
some of
have-
that beautiful icing.
We already
sugar.
have our beautiful ready-made ones over here. We're going to finish off with a little bit of icing sugar.
Good stuff. Oh, that looks good.
Just because.
Starting to feel a little bit like Christmas. Lovely stuff. Listen, when you are indulging over the festive season, rather reach for relief and try an over-the-counter product like citrus soda to relieve symptoms of heartburn or indigestion. Citrus soda is in proud association with Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, and they are available in original and cranberry flavor too.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
This man needs very little introduction. His voice does the talking. Will Linley's on your Feel Good Breakfast show one last time with the song we know. It's one of the anthems. Here he is with Miss Me When You're Gone. Take it away.
I don't want to think about how my mind is slowly losing track all the time, and I start to trip on the chemicals. And you light up another cigarette in the night, and I start to float and romanticize all the things we do. When I met you in the summer, we were falling in love. Thought it was a flame, but that wasn't enough. Yeah, caught up in our feelings at the very first touch. And all I want to say is, when I found you, I found me. Always going through life in the backseat. If you walk out, I crash down. Cause I've been thinking about it for too long. Lately I've been thinking about it over. All I'm gonna do is miss me when you're gone. Oh, yeah. Oh, miss me when you're... I don't know how to say it, but when I think about us, it tears my heart up to think about you walking away. I guess that all things come to an end. Whoa, but it's been a couple of weeks, and that's enough to believe that you were gonna stick around instead of walking out on me. And now I'm lying here thinking about how when I met you in the summer we were falling in love. Thought it was a fling, but that wasn't enough. Yeah, caught up in our feelings at the very first touch. And all I want to say is, when I found you, I found me. Always going through life in the backseat. If you walk out, I'll crash now. Cause I've been thinking about it for too long. Lately
Enjoy it on the stoop, under the trees, or with a picnic basket, wherever you please. Here's to a mouth-watering summer made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.
always going through life in the backseat. If you walk out, I'll crash now. When I found you, I found me. Always going through life in the backseat. If you walk out, I'll crash now. Yeah. When I found you, I found me. Always going through life in the backseat. If you walk out, I'll crash now. Cause I've been thinking about it for too